what's up, everybody? You guys asked for it. You're gonna get it tonight. I brought back Theory Thursday, and guess what? I also brought back the original cast of Theory Thursday. We have my good friend Dave from BTM Reviews. How you doing, Dave?
Good, Jim. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. And we also got our other good friend, Mark. What's up, Mark?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing good and doing great.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this show.
It's been a year, dude. It's been
Really?
a year. I looked. It's been a year.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Time flies.
It does.
Gee.
Time flies when
When
I don't know what we've been doing, but it sure seems like was Jim abducted? No, Jim is here, Miss Hacker. Jim is here. You know what? You guys voted. I put it in the chat. I put a poll in, and there was not a single vote no to not do this. Believe me, I wanted it to be no.
Jim, are you telling us that Bella did not vote no? Come on.
Bella did not vote no. She did not vote no. She's and as a matter of speaking of Bella, I might as well go ahead and she should be here too, because
she doesn't want to miss all this great content. We know that.
No,
Bella is so excited about the show, like she normally is.
Yeah, she's gonna really spinning wheel. There's a spinning wheel? Seriously? No, it's fine. You guys messing with me? Don't mess with me tonight. I've been having nobody voted no. That's right. Nobody voted no. Everybody voted yes. So this is it. So tonight, folks, we got a very special show. All right. We are going to talk about alien races. All right. And not like racists, not like the people that the SPLC supports and gives money to. Actual races, different races of aliens. We're going to talk about the Nordic aliens.
I actually heard the T in there.
Talladega 500. I mean,
we're not going to talk about Camelot.
Oh, okay.
No. We're going to talk about alien races. And I know it is what it is, and it's so we'll see. All right. So we're going to get right into it right here. All right. We're going to talk about this. We're going to see. Now this is a website. Mark dropped out. What happened?
He might have.
Something must have happened. All right.
Yeah.
Mark got dropped out. But anyway, let me put Bella up on top because she's the star for the show everyone likes to see. And there's no goal or nothing tonight, people. We're just going to do a show. It's probably going to be about 2 hours long, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours long, talk about some alien stuff. And I will be on later at 10:30 with Joe, allegedly. Unless he changes his mind again, which he's known to do.
No.
Sometimes he wants to talk about law, and he says, I'm not a lawyer. Can they ride bicycles as well? Nobody voted. Let me say, I forgot. You know what? I'm all thrown up. So Dan Blackroyd was the first person here. Great thumbnail, Jim. That's right. Dan Blackroyd actually created that thumbnail. That's why I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. None of your business is here. What's up? How you doing? A little watermark. That's right. BTM Reviews. Awesome. Jay Schwartz. Mr. Campbell. Good to see you. Who's Dave? Dave is my good friend right here. Dave. I don't know if he wants me to say his last name, but anyway, it's my good friend Dave. He has a channel called BTM Reviews. He also does BTM Reviews Bourbon channel. Him and his two sons review bourbons and different things, and they actually have drawings and duck races and all this crazy stuff he's doing. He's got bells and whistles, and he's spinning plates, and he's doing things, and it's great.
And we're having fun.
Okay, she says, I was going to give us a pass, but I have a couple of questions. What do aliens eat? Do they consider humans as foodstuff or livestock? How many genders and pronouns do they have? Well, these are all questions that I don't have answers to, but as far as I know, some aliens eat people, some aliens eat animals, some aliens eat like this crazy liquid goop stuff, and then other aliens could be you. There's a theory that one of the theories, and I'm not saying that this is a theory that I ascribe to, and just so everyone knows, anything that's said on this show is for comedy purposes. This is not here's Mark's back. This is not a serious show. I'm not claiming that anything we're talking about is real. Okay, I need to get that out of the way right now.
What he actually means is it's totally real, and this is what he believes. Okay, I'm Jim's translator. See me in the side of the screen. I'm waving my arms. I'm doing hand gestures and all that. I'm translating for Jim.
Hey, what's up, Dan? How you doing? Great to see you. It's called Turd of Stars. Stupid YouTube. How dare it not notify you about Theory Thursday? Well, and it should have notified you, Doc, because I did not put out any other videos. I didn't put out any shorts. I didn't do anything. So it should have sent out notifications. Supposedly they'll do 3 notifications. And this show was set up 4 hours ago. So it's plenty of time for them to send out notifications.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it takes for mine to notify people, Jim, after it starts. Probably 5 or 10 minutes. It takes YouTube to go, oh, he's streaming on his channel too.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually got it 6 minutes ago. Jim tells he's live Theory Thursday. So at 7:10, I got.
Did you get one from my channel?
I got yes, BTM News Theory Thursday, also 6 minutes ago. So 10 minutes late after the start.
You got notified. Okay. So all right. So you see here, this is a website that I like to go to all the time when I'm bored and just peruse to see, what's the latest on the Anunnaki, because I'm fascinated by the Anunnaki. But we're not going to talk a lot about Anunnaki tonight, I don't think. We're going to talk about.
Is this true? There's an Anunnaki.org website.
Yes, Anunnaki.org. Yes. I'm not saying that I run it.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm kidding. I do not run it. I have nothing to do with this website. People are like, do you know Jim runs a website? Is
This has to be an AI website. This can't be real, right?
Everything's AI.
It's a real website. Everything is AI. There's nothing.
Why is it nonprofit? Isn't .org nonprofit, Mark?
No. It just means an organization, and it used to be the people who couldn't afford .coms or .nets.
Because I think originally they were intended for like nonprofit organizations, stuff like that. So you could do, I almost thought the show was about being racist against aliens. Well, you know what, Kofi? You can be racist against aliens if you want. I mean, some of these aliens you might want to be racist against because they go and do things. They're going to kidnap you, take you up into their ships, start probing you, sticking things in you. You don't know
that probing stuff. That's nasty. I'm sorry.
And I think it's overrated as a hobby. I mean, going around probing.
Yes, probing is definitely overrated as a hobby.
Yeah. Come on.
Last time I did it, Jim didn't like it, so I backed off.
That's right. And Rodney says he heard aliens are fiddling around Uranus, and they're also, like Karen says, don't forget they're also in Djibouti.
Nice.
People are very creative in their comments.
They are. I know. Well, that's the thing. I love participating and talking to the chat. That's one of the things I love about this. I'm not so much. I mean, just my show in general. I love talking to the chat, seeing what they have to say, and stuff like that. Look out for the Q and 7 of 9. Okay. All right. So there's this website. You guys can check it out anytime you want. It's just it's Anunnaki.org if you want to check it out. Muffin Rando says a raid. We got a raid? Are you serious? Uh-oh. Well, if you're coming over from Robert Gavea, this is not my normal show. This is called Theory Thursday. We're going to talk about silly stuff that, we're not saying any of this is real. This is just funny stuff that we found on the internet that I find interesting. And I think it's, we call it Theory Thursday because it's like,
it's not just funny though, Jim. It's also somewhat interesting. Like,
I find it quite fascinating, yes. Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. So we're going to talk about tonight, the Pleiadians, the Nordic aliens. We might talk a little bit about the Icke, but if we talk about the Icke, that's going to kind of lead into the Anunnaki. And I didn't really want to get all into the Anunnaki because that's would take way longer than 2 hours. And then the Reptilians. So we're probably going to just talk about the Pleiadians and the Reptilians and maybe a little bit about the Icke. The bottom line is the Nordic, the Pleiadians are like the white, almost like, what the hell was that guy's name? No, what was his name? Casper? No, what the fuck is the guy's name? Powder, like powder aliens, like that, all white aliens. And then the Icke were like these almost like little creatures that were used by the Anunnaki to mine for gold in the world, and then
they took over the human race and made us.
There was there's a dual blend. There's the Icke that mixed with the humans that created like giants and other crazy stuff, Nephilim type of thing, and then there was the Anunnaki who created the humans to take the place of the Icke. That's getting into that's going down a road that, well, buddy, we don't have time. But then the Reptilians, everyone knows the Reptilians are the evil aliens. So what you got to be careful about, those are the ones that might eat you and stuff like that. So
Nice.
So here, so this is there's the Pleiadians. See, they kind of almost look like a white girl with blonde hair, with big eyes. So like these, I will call the Brittany Venti of the aliens.
I was gonna say this looks like a girl. Big eyes. And a small
Poor Brittany Venti.
and a small nose that her plastic surgeon fixed. What the hell?
So that's okay. So while we're going to learn about these different species of aliens that are reported to exist, one species you're going to come across is the Pleiadians. They're often referred to simply as the Nordic aliens. And who exactly are they? What are their intentions when they come to Earth? So this article is going to explain all that to us and what their characteristics are and what they want in regard to us. What do they want from us?
I watched a YouTube video about the Pleiadians on a military base, I think in New Mexico or something, and they made contact with humans there. So they're actually nice aliens. They don't really
these are the ones that are supposedly the ones like these are the Norfolkins. Yes, these are the Norfolkins are actually the opposite of the Pleiadians. These are Nordic aliens, but the Norfolkins are actually they're a little darker.
Fair enough.
So the Pleiadians are an alien from the Pleiades star cluster, referred sometimes as the Seven Sisters, and it's designated as M45 on your space maps. If you turn to page 37 on your space, I'm kidding. I don't have a page on space maps. I do make just for the people that are coming from my normal show for this show. I make a lot more jokes on the show. I'm going to screw around and try to make people laugh. I'm sorry. This is actually who Jim really is.
This is where Jim came from, people.
This is where Jim came from. So
for hours and hours and hours.
Oh God, so many hours. Too many hours.
Racism. It's not racism. No. I love all people. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
My space map only goes up to page 36, so I'm really disappointed.
Well, you got to get the extra copy.
Oh, I had to pay extra for the extended edition?
Yeah, definitely.
Freaking Hollywood.
So, yeah, it's in the cluster of Taurus, all right? And it says that human beings have long been enthralled with the Pleiades for a couple of reasons. First, because it's located exactly 444.2 light years away from Earth. Now, why would that number be important? Because if you remember, all right, if you multiply 4 by 2, it comes out to 8. And if you do that twice, it's 88. And that's why they're Nordics.
Makes total sense. I get it. God damn, that is brilliant. Brilliant.
Thing I ever heard.
Okay. So the star cluster is beautiful to behold.
This had something to do with the diameter of the pyramids or something.
No. That was a Hitler joke, people. That was a Hitler joke. Sorry. Yeah, John, the Seven Sisters of Satala. That's right. Don't you forget it. All right. So many people believe the Pleiadians are descendants of a species called the Illyrians. They come from Vega, not Vegas, but Vega. Like, Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How are they related to Elvis? I don't understand.
I mean, according to
the
documentary Men in Black, Elvis actually was a Pleiadian.
Right. Spreading good cheer and to the human race.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So it may be that Lyrians and Pleiadians have a long association, and still others refer to them as two separate species. So, leaving center aliens? I don't know. So it's also believed that Pleiadians may have some direct link to us. For example, that we both may be descended from the Lyrians, and therefore are brother species. Some people also believe it's possible that Native Americans, but not all humans, are descended from Pleiadians and may have spent time on Earth in the past. Oh, okay, he goes, no, that's just fetal alcohol syndrome.
This is the right channel for that, by the way, people.
There you go. That's the perfect comment.
Oh, the Leering Center. I'm sorry, the Leering Center. Yes, it could be. That would be the Norfolkins probably went to the Leering Center. Definitely. Oh, Patrick says the Charlie and Kitten videos are great, except for the background TV noise. Those videos were recorded for myself. Like, I was just watching TV and I would see the cats. I would whip out in the dog. I would whip on my phone and just record them. So I wasn't at that point in time. I never intended to ever be on YouTube or do anything.
Wait a second. Wait a second. So, Jim, like Dave, you were not actually concerned about your sound. Is that what I'm hearing?
No. Those Mark, those videos are from like 2013, 2014. I just recorded videos on my phone and had them.
That's a Dave and me joke.
Hey, Mark, honestly, I thought any mic would be good. Okay? You live and you learn. One smart ass comment changes your whole perspective. Maybe I should watch this shit before I post it. Right? But I will say this, Jim, since we're both on each other's channels, if you guys are watching, hit the like button so me and Jim know you want us to do it some more. Because I love this stuff. I love Theory Thursday. I used to love when we were talking and Mark B. Bullshit.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I am still here to say bullshit, but I love this environment. So it's total bullshit, people. Don't believe any of it.
I think someone's on to us. Neil says it was your uncle probing you. He was wearing an alien mask.
Oh, damn.
Well, I don't know. We're going to find out. So anyway, so you can see the Pleiadians actually look almost like elves. So maybe Tolkien, when he described the elves, maybe he was describing the Pleiadians. You want to talk about the Targaryens? Well,
not really.
Don't listen to that autism. You'll be here all night.
Yeah. So Pleiadians are generally described as tall blonde aliens with very light skin, thus nicknamed the Nordic aliens, and their appearance is more or less Scandinavian. The fucking Scandinavians are aliens.
Well, of course they're white, Jim.
I mean, you ever listen to them? They do some dark.
It is weird how some people off an island in the middle of the ocean end up conquering England, right? A bunch of Vikings. That's kind of strange. How'd they do that? I don't know. Kind of weird.
Now they seem to have males and females, and they have an unusual digestive system which allows them to expel waste through their pores. So they literally sweat shit, and it smells like shit when they sweat.
Ew.
Are you sure you did not cover this before? Because I remember this directly. I remember this.
I honestly, I don't remember. This is total BS. I'm not saying it's not, K-Bean. This is just for fun and giggles and laughs. That's all this is for.
These are the theories that are out there, though. These are the things we cover. I mean, is Mothman real? We spent 4 hours talking about Mothman one night.
Yeah.
Totally real, by the way. Totally real.
Totally real.
If you could post a photo, you would. I don't think YouTube would let you post a photo, but you could post a comment of a photo. If you want to post a K-Bean, if you want to make a comment and post the comment with the photo, I'll pull it up. Because I'm pretty sure YouTube, you can post the photo in the comments, I think.
And Jim likes pulling up. I mean, I watch Eric July, and Jim said, pull up. And yep, Jim's got it.
Well, Jim used to really like the D, but now he's just into pulling up. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this? Neil Rigger says, if aliens can leave their planet and travel light years away to visit us, ain't no way some 1950s rocket will be able to shoot them down. Well, no one's saying that they got shot down. See, that's the thing. Like,
nobody said that. They broke down.
Yeah, there's something happened. There was a problem. Maybe they got hit by lightning or something. Something went wrong and their ship crashed. No one's ever claimed to shoot them down, I don't think. Yeah. That would just not make any sense.
Yeah. Little gray man.
I know in LA during World War II or right after World War II, they started shooting an alien, or during World War II, they shot at something flying in the sky that they thought was aliens.
Bring up fetal alcohol syndrome. Okay, I get it. All right, yeah. No, I know what you're saying now. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So they have form-fitting clothing that they can wear, and it absorbs what they, their waste and stuff, and recycles it. And the species sometimes reported to be able to consume meat. It seems that they vastly prefer to eat plants. They're like elves. They're basically like elves. Elves didn't really eat meat. They ate like plants and different things.
I would not follow them. I want to.
No, I want meat. Yeah, serve me a steak.
Ribeye, people, ribeye.
3-inch ribeye. None of that cheap shit.
It says it's widely believed that the Pleiadians have evolved far beyond us, and from a very spiritual perspective, they apparently are very compassionate and friendly, and they're protective entities, and they may possess psychic powers. So it says.
So they're saying they're more evolved than us because they're nice to people.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a lot of people's beliefs about aliens. They think that they've evolved past war and hunger because they can do anything. They can create food, kind of like Star Trek. Like Star Trek, there was never no need for anything. It was basically communism, socialism, socialist society with Star Trek because they didn't have any need for money because
Right.
everything was free. They just like hit a button and it just created food and stuff for you. You didn't, no one had to work to make food. It just created out of nothing.
All I know is we watched a kick-ass movie 2 weeks ago on my show, Battle Beyond the Stars. Mark, they were.
Oh yeah,
there was a battle going on.
John Boy was in there. Hell yeah.
John Thomas, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so what about their interactions with humans? What about abductions? What about their contacts? Well, many species seem to regard humans with curiosity. The Pleiadians seem to actually care about humanity, likely because we might share a common ancestry among the stars. Most of what we know comes from stories from abductees and channelers. So these are people that can channel things and they see the past and stuff like, it's like stuff where they remote viewers and stuff like that, where, it's just, you might think that's crazy, but remote viewing, the CIA, and they actually had a program where they brought people in to do this remote viewing stuff. Like they thought there was something
real.
To it, they were like, hey, anything that'll work. So
because they heard the Russians were doing it, so we had to be doing it too. It was
Yeah.
it was just a big big mind fuck for
the Pleiadians don't abduct people like the Greys do. There's a few well-known cases of an abduction, but the vast majority, when you hear about cases of people claiming that they were abducted, it's generally by the Greys. Okay. Not the Pleiadians and not the Reptilians, because if the Reptilians get you, you don't know because they change into you and take your skin and then they become you, so nobody knows you're gone.
Oh, so it's all about the anal probing. I got it.
The Greys are super short, so they had that height short man syndrome. So they say we can't beat them up, so we'll just abduct them, drug them, and probe them in the ass for hours.
Exactly.
Then put them back.
Who wouldn't? Come on.
Sounds like Jim keeps saying the Canadians, far more believable. Well, I don't know if I don't want to get into that right now because it might come up on Joe's show, but I will tell you that Canada just passed a law that anyone whose great grandparents were Canadian automatically has Canadian citizenship. So there's they're estimating around 50 million Americans who are now also Canadian citizens.
Oh God, I qualify. I qualify for that.
I'm saying maybe all those people need to go to Canada and start voting to fix that country.
Jim, you have to put out a public service announcement that tells all of us that they're great. Well, in my case, my grandmother. So yes, tell us where we need to go and register, Jim.
Yeah, I don't know. So the best known case is this Arizona logger named Travis Walton. He was a feature of the 90s film Fire in the Sky. You guys remember the movie Fire in the Sky?
Yes, I've watched many podcasts or YouTube videos about this guy. He actually seems believable. But Marco's bullshit.
Okay. He wrote a book of the same title and another one called The Walton Experience.
Mm.
Okay. And it seems more common to run into claims from channelers who've been in psychic contact with these aliens. So people who just say like, oh yeah, I talked to them. Like they hear voice. Like I those people that hear voices and stuff always make me go, why are you?
Where's your medication? Yeah.
It's just like, alas, some of these contactees have been discounted over the years. You don't say. And it's hurt the credibility of other reports.
Oh no.
Yeah, but who's that guy, Jim, that kept trying to make all the reports, that worked for the CIA or whatever, or whatever organization?
I think you're talking about Bob Lazar.
No, Bob Lazar was actually reporting stuff, and the other guy kept trying to. He was debunking everything, and then it was Project Blue Book. That guy.
Well, the Project Blue Book is an actual thing, and it's real. I mean, it's a program that the government has this plan, and it's like I don't know if there's people actively working on it. I wouldn't doubt it, but if they had a plan, like how they could just, if something happened and they needed to take control, like something that they needed to basically take complete control over the populace. Basically like War of the Worlds, you convince them that there's a alien invasion, and then you can make the people do whatever you want. That's what Project Blue Book is. It's not made up. It's a serious thing that they have, like MK Ultra type CIA thing to basically control the populace.
Yeah, but there was the head guy over there that would act like he was their friend, believe their story, and then crush them. These guys were, nothing's ever been proven, but I don't know. Some stuff does seem like we tried way too hard to.
From fans, are you saying? Is this like you saying in your head? You hear these voices, or are you hearing voices from people in the other room at my house? There was a program in the 1970s called Project UFO. It was on ABC. I'm saying Project Bluebeam has been around since the 50s. It's pretty strange that right around this time that, and I'm not saying anybody's lying and that anybody is not telling the truth about being abducted by aliens or anything.
Now, when this was on my show only, he would say everybody was a liar. But here on his channel, he's keeping it safe. Right, Mark? Like,
I'm just saying, I just got my monetization back. All right? I ain't fucking around. All right. Hearing voices right now. Okay.
That's
got to
good.
bounce. Have a good one. All right, Mark. I'm sorry. I'll be on later on a regular news show, and this is only going to be once a week. And this is just if the people say they change their mind, they don't want it, then it'll stop. But the people decide for Thursday night.
Well, I'll be doing it over here on my channel again because I miss it.
Yeah. Bye, Mark. Yeah. You saw a UFO when you were a kid in the 80s floating over pine trees in Louisiana, but I never thought aliens. Barksdale Air Force Base was down a few miles, and I just thought they were testing stuff.
Very, very mature.
Yeah, so a prominent example was George Adamski, whose name became big in the 1950s. Since he made claims including that Nordic aliens hailed from Mars and Venus, many of them have been thoroughly debunked. Kevin says, don't stop. Okay. It's quite clear that some of our inhospitable environments for a species reportedly similar to our own. So, yeah, if it's somebody who's similar to us, they couldn't live on a place we couldn't live. It's also noteworthy that President Eisenhower supposedly met with, in person, some Nordic aliens at Edwards Air Force Base in February of 1954.
I am sure he did. Totally.
Supposedly. Allegedly.
Okay, so like they say, hey, dude, get rid of your nukes and we'll give you a great gift of technology. And he says, no, I got to blow them Russians up, man. I'm sorry. Those Russians got
and he was right. He was totally right, people. But
see, that makes no sense because Eisenhower's the one that said, do not.
Yeah, he warned to get the whole speech about the military industrial complex.
Right. Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
So, but as the story goes, Eisenhower didn't care for the prospect of giving up nukes, so instead he made a deal with the Greys, who agreed to give us the tech in exchange for free and open access to the American public via abductions, no question asked. So it was Eisenhower that said that you could get probed.
You can
basically Eisenhower gave them permission to probe every one of us.
Exactly.
No questions asked. Like we'll debunk all these stories, Mark. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So was Eisenhower a Democrat or Republican then? Because
he was a Republican. He was a Republican. That makes,
so the Republicans said,
well, that's why the black vote switched right after this.
The black people understood. They said
they knew it.
Damn,
no,
no,
you ain't doing that to me.
People, this is what Jim tells you.
Yeah. Storm says it's true. I saw a picture on the Weekly World News of an alien shaking hands with Eisenhower. I saw that too. Yeah.
Damn it.
Seems legit. Basically, the Greys were easier to obtain tech from than other species. Yeah, the Greys just wanted to see what was in your butt.
What is Kofi, Jim?
Kofi? Kofi bot. It's that coffee stream. It was like it's another way to get money. Coffee donations. I don't know. People like someone would come in when I first started. People would come in and say, "Oh, do this." Like that's why I have Cash App. That's why I have super tips. People say use this, so I use it. Anyone see anything of Jim? I'm right here. I'm even wearing a weird shirt tonight. I'm not even wearing. I'm seeing a special shirt for the show.
Dave, Jim thinks
with an alien
actually
on it.
in the screen.
Wearing your shirt, that's a plus. He used to come on ours shirtless all the time, Mark. Remember?
The picture was fake. That wasn't Eisenhower. Oh my God! Was it? Who was it then? Was it Stalin? and they airbrushed Eisenhower into it.
Do you have a cat, Jim?
I do. Why?
I just heard it meow.
Yeah, it does that.
I didn't know you had a cat. It's just like,
and Bella is no longer sleeping, people.
no, Bella's licking balls.
No, she's Bella.
Bella, stop doing that. People,
lay down. You're making me look bad. Lay down.
Come on.
So around 225,000 BC, the Pleiadians discovered a small sun system on a planet called Earth. And that's, you guys find it strange that they called it Earth back then?
Yeah, I guess Earth has just been a big ball of dirt since its creation, right? Because that's the definition of Earth, right? Dirt, like what it is.
Yep.
So 225,000 years ago BC, is that the time?
Well, that's the time when they claim the Anunnaki came, too.
Right.
Right around the same time. So,
Right.
I don't know. Strange, right?
Right.
No, couldn't they come up with different times?
I don't think people have that big of an imagination, Jim. I think if they said it was any further back, or they'd think that we would think it was bullshit. We want to keep low watermarks attention for as long as possible.
What? I'm here. I'm awake.
Oh man. Hold on. Oh, you do not have Jim. You have another person that is here to tell you that Jim is fine. He'll be back shortly. He had to use the restroom.
We had to reprogram his brain.
Hey, what's up, Sleeping? How you doing? So,
whoa,
yeah. What?
Sleeping? How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
So, yeah, they discovered on Earth 3 groups of uncivilized people living here. Well, I don't want to name who the uncivilized people are, but I think we've been trying to send some of them home. The larger,
hey,
of these
Julio is not here, and neither is Cynic. So come on, let's not disrespect them.
Oh, disrespect the shit out of him for not being here.
So no, he's. I talked to Julio actually. He said he's going to try to pop on.
Oh, cool.
He's recording with Derek, and I said, "Well, tell Derek to come on by too."
Yeah.
So they discovered, Earth, and the largest of these groups were light-skinned and were of Lyran descent. And the Lyrans had landed on Earth earlier and were forced to stay on Earth and enter into an incarnational cycle.
So they had no EBT. Got it.
But you finally got a stream 45 minutes in. You didn't what? It's not working?
What?
My stream?
Oh,
I think you're working fine. I'm watching it on my channel. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Man, oh, Cynic is being probed at truck stops. Oh my God.
That's not new, people. That's early Cynic.
That's how we got to start. That's how you got
the Lyrans, the Lemurians. You know what? That just could be like a difference in like language, because they're just different places, different languages. They call them something different. Like the difference between what Brazil nuts are called in the U.S. and what they're called in Brazil. It's a different language.
What are they called in Brazil?
Brazil nuts.
What are they called in America?
Brazil
I can't say. It's a type of toe.
Camel?
No.
Pinky toe? What the fuck are you talking about?
No.
Oh,
no.
Oh.
Can't say. But that's all. So this became their karma. At this time, the Pleiadians decided to stay and create societies on Earth. She says, I know what they're called. You know.
But I can't tell you.
I just wanted Jim to say it.
No, Jim's not going to say it. Jim's not going to do it. As you might guess, during this temporary period of stewardship, many of the advances humanity made could be attributed to the intervention of the Pleiadians. Perhaps the Pleiadians were mistaken for other humans, or perhaps they were seen as gods. So maybe the Anunnaki were the Pleiadians.
Did they make us mine for gold, though? Because these were supposed to be like nice people.
The screen was set on the Bermuda Triangle screen. What? Seriously? That's not good. That's not good at all.
That's like the intro.
Yeah, that's the intro. And that's yeah, demigods. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, now this stuff, this is not once again, this is not the position of this channel or any of the people on the channel. I'm not in any way, shape, or form endorsing this
Nope, not at
next
all.
section
Nope.
here. So
you're not saying that this is fact based?
I'm not saying anything on this show is fact based. On this show,
In fact, I'm not even on this show. This is Dave's show, and he brought Low Watermark in, and
Right. I'm not
Jim
on.
is actually AI. And
Right. This is all on Dave's channel. So
exactly.
and not even and as a matter of fact, me even doing this show is probably not that based.
Yeah, not based as fuck.
Yeah. So the Pleiadians and Jesus. Some people believe the Pleiadians decided to take off around 10 AD, but before they did, they conferred an alien spiritual leader upon Earth, whom they named Jemanuel. J. Manuel.
Jamal.
I was thinking Jim.
Jim's manual. There you go. It's Jim's manual. This is the Jim manual.
Yeah, Xenu. Yeah, exactly. And I thought Anunnaki were bird people. Well, I mean, it depends. Like in Egypt, that's where they think they came up with these different things, but they might have just been like, according to the documentary, what's it called, Stargate. That was just like a like armor they would wear.
Yeah, that was like their battle gear, right?
Yeah. It's close to Djibouti's, but not. Yeah. So some people believe they. Yeah. Okay. So as you might have already guessed, we ended up calling Jamal. Well, Jesus. Jemanuel. So this would perhaps explain why Jesus appeared to be so white in so many depictions of man. Now I'm just going to pause here and say, like, Jesus, and that does not defend anybody either. Jesus came from, the Levant area, like where Israel, Bethlehem was where he was born, and his family was, from that area. So more than likely he was tanned.
Yeah, he had a nice tan to him. It's hot, the sun going down. They didn't have any.
I mean, it would be written down somewhere. People would have talked about it, like, hey, there was this guy that looked like, powder from from powder. Anyway,
powder, yeah,
or like all white and stuff. That it was a freak. So
and who doesn't like Crowder?
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. So although it's more likely that this simply reflects racial assumptions of white Christians in today's world. Well, I didn't want to go all there, but everybody,
it's true.
Yeah. Again, this is where this PC bullshit they have to throw that in there to make them seem like they're not taking sides. Just say it, God damn it! Like he was from Israel. Like, okay, he was a white guy with a tan. Chalk demon, exactly. Simply Green.
Which one were the Hottentots? You're gonna have to stay and learn. Listen, learn, look, just remember.
The Hottentots are so hot.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John had good news and they passed it on. Listen, learn, look, and see. The gospel means good news to you and me. Good news, good.
I like Schoolhouse Rock.
I was going to say Schoolhouse Rock, not.
It's a bill. Oh no.
K Bean says, as farther south you go in the Americas, the darker Jesus gets. Well, the closer you get to the equator, it is a little bit, hotter. If he was a Pleiadian, then he would have been white, and that's speciest. Yes,
exactly.
Sweet Tooth goes, why am I not surprised that gods were tan like me? Jesus got real dark. Haitian Jesus is really black, yes, and he eats dogs and cats. Says it's good for you. Good for the soul, he says. So the Pleiadians may have played an important role in many mythologies around the world, including among the Greeks, the Scandinavians, the indigenous North America, and others. All right. And you can find a nice overview of these myths on Gaia. Well, I don't know if I'm going to go there right now, but the more modern belief in Nordic aliens could be considered part of the same myth cycle. So now you know the possible history with humanity and Nordic aliens. You've also learned some other people claim to have been contacted by them over the decades. Okay, so there's a shared history that these people try to claim where they said when we are in the fifth dimension by year 2012, the Pleiadians will bring in the motherships to help survivors of Earth with food and temporary shelter. They'll have the technology to grow food immediately on their mothership by using special soil and seeds, and the plants will grow to full maturity immediately. Right? How'd I get Bill Gates on this show? Hey, don't worry, we go way back.
Jim, I guess this is like that whole 2012 end of the world prediction.
What was it called? The Heaven's Gate? Was that Heaven's Gate? They thought the ship was going to come to take them away, and they all committed suicide, right? Was that
was in the 80s or 90s. This, like 2012, was they made a movie about it. It had John Cusack. Remember? 2012, the world was ending, and
no, that was different. That's more like the polar shift with everything.
No, but what I'm saying is they're going to be here the same year to save the people that survive. Right? So, like,
yeah, but that was always 110,000 people or something. Back in a world where there were like 1 million people, and in a world where there's 6 billion people. Oh, you're going to save 100,000 people? Cool.
Oh no, it wasn't a ship; it was a comet. That's right. I'm sorry. I was thinking.
No,
I get so many of these. I get confused sometimes. I mix them up.
It was a ship. It was a ship on the other side of the comet.
Yeah.
I remember when we were watching that back, at work, saying, "I wonder where they're going. When will they go?"
Yeah. Now, Admiral says Snorm says Admiral Byrd said the Nordic aliens were really nice, but also they told him not to come back to Antarctica. Yes, Admiral Byrd was also, I believe, wasn't he? He was the person who explored Antarctica, and was he also the one that did the Arctic Circle?
He did the center of the Earth too.
Yes. Okay.
Well, he was 6'10", and he used to trash talk people in basketball. Oh, wait, not that bird.
That's Larry Bird.
But they're related.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So just remember, people, all you have to do for now is keep your body frequency in one with love. All right. And then you can ascend to the fifth dimension by 2002. So that's why, if you guys have noticed, the world is so screwed up now, because all the people who
were nice,
who could make the frequency of their body be love, they all left in 2022.
Well, exactly. In the fifth dimension, let your sunshine in and all of that, wedding bell blues.
That makes sense. That's about the time the internet turned to shit, right? Because all the pieces of shit were left promoting stuff on YouTube, right?
When everybody good goes away, only people of shit are left.
Yeah.
So the takeaways of this story is, does this mean the Nordic aliens aren't real? They say not necessarily. So that's like a triple negative. So I'm a big believer in a couple of things. Not the person's right, not me. I'm a big believer in a couple of things, and one of them is don't believe anything you read on the internet,
including this channel.
It's pretty clear they aren't going. How do you know though? Maybe they did come in 2012 and pick the 100,000 best people that they wanted, and they're just gone. And
the rest of us are fucked.
Yeah, we're just here. We're gonna blow this bitch up. Or Mother Nature's going to get us first.
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff's just stories and mythologies and stuff like that. And we're able to confront who we are today and envision who we can be tomorrow. And that's why we dream about our other aliens and beyond the stars. All right. We're always thinking about how they're guiding us and watching us, and trying to bring us into an era of peace and harmony in the future. That's right.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. So why do I watch so many damn action movies with people getting whacked with 9mm all day?
I don't know. So.
I mean, is that a me issue, Mark? I don't know.
Could be. And me too.
I will say one thing though. This week when I was this week I watched the Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser. I didn't know there were 3 of them. I thought there was only 2. But they
I think they're doing a 4th one now, if I'm not mistaken. They've signed him up to do another one.
Well, he's going to be in a wheelchair. He's a big fat bastard.
Oh, he lost all that weight. He lost all that weight.
He did. Yeah, he lost weight.
Yeah. I heard they're gonna try to bring back the girl too. And
in the 3rd movie, it was a different girl.
was a different girl because his wife was no longer there. They got separated, and it was supposedly his son. You know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
kind of did like they did with the the last
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, where they screwed it all up.
Yeah.
Those.
I didn't like the third one too much. I turned it off halfway through. I was like, I don't like this. This is lame. It's not fun. I didn't like this at all.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one where they were going after the tomb of the whatever the
Ming
Dragon
Dynasty
Emperor or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, Dragon. Mummy, the Curse of Old Age is the name of the movie. Yeah, yes. The Reptilians were in that documentary V from 1983. Yes, and I want you to all remember right now. You think they weren't real? You think they're not real? Then where did Gretchen Whitmer come from? If you look at V, the documentary, she's in it. She's the lady talking that rips the face off, and you see it. She's a reptile, and she looks exactly the same. She hasn't aged a day.
It's a documentary, people. It really was.
Yes. Yeah, so who are these reptilians? All right. This is what they kind of look like. You know, the guy from Spider-Man, what was it called? The lizard dude. So here, we found these
I love all these stone
like
recreations. You know, they look ridiculous.
So this says, if you found your way to Anunnaki.org, you probably spent some time scanning the night skies for UFOs. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that scanned the night skies for UFOs. It doesn't mean they're on this website. I mean, almost everybody's always looked up and wondered, like, oh, is that it? I mean, maybe not looking for UFOs. Those look sort of like Pelosi. See? Looks like Pelosi. See, definitely.
Well,
we went to the
that's a given.
Oh boy.
But here, you got to ask yourself this right now, so right? What if aliens are already living among us? Could your neighbor down the street be an alien undercover? What about the leader of our country? There's
Jim, what if it's Bella and you turn your back? Jesus.
So there's a theory of the reptilian race, also sometimes called lizard people, or as my good friend Hecklefish says, Lizzos. I don't know.
Oh, hang on. So you're going into something, Lezo, that is not quite the same thing, Jim. Not quite the same thing.
Our boy Alex Jones really fears the lizard people. You know,
what if we are the aliens? That's a theory. That is also a theory, Hank, that like the Pleiadians maybe, or the Anunnaki, or any other creatures, like is the lizard with a hard R. Okay, the lizards. Yeah.
Ooh, hard R. Ooh.
Did you watch the last episode on Y-Files, Jim?
What do you mean, the one that just came out this week or whatever?
Yeah. About aliens. And they were talking about how we're all reincarnated, but when we're reincarnated, they wipe our memory, so we don't know that we're really living in like a fucking never-ending cycle of just being reincarnated. So
like the Matrix?
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, he's got you sucked into this whole goddamn story. He goes, by the way, that's a story of Scientology.
Oh no, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to watch it now. So Scientology is a crazy thing when you think when you actually think about what they were telling, what they believe, like that.
Well, I believe South Park explained Scientology better than anybody ever would.
I really wanted to see that play. Didn't they do a whole play on that? Or was that it was on
soul washing? Yeah.
Yeah, soul washing. That's what it was, man. It sucked me in. I was like, oh man, this is kind of interesting. And he goes, yeah. Is it real? Well, no.
If we're all reincarnated, how does our population grow? Well, the population doesn't. Oh, well, how do? Man, I don't know if I should get into this right now.
That was a hard question. People.
Technically, is it really growing, or is it all a simulation?
Well, I look down. It looks like it's growing. Oh, talking about something else. Never mind.
Because that's what some people believe, that everything is a simulation, and that there are actual NPCs that are out there that just, you know, like
are filling in the space,
and stuff. And so, like that. They just tell us there's this many people. How would we know?
I mean, between China, Japan, and America, nobody's fucking and having babies. So I mean, how's the population growing? Is it all India and Africa?
Suppose, like I've seen reports, like I don't know if it's true or not, that China doesn't actually have the number of people they claim, that they're like way below that they just keep lying and saying what their population is growing. And that actually, that the Indians are the ones that are actually pumping out all the people.
There's one white guy reincarnated into 50 Indians.
It's an exchange rate, people. It's exchange rate.
Hank says, man is only destined to walk under the sun once, according to the Bible, but I do agree that our minds are erased when we are sent here. I also believe our minds are erased when we go back. Those NPCs are not hard workers at service. McDonald's is slow. Yes, that's the problem. You can't get them to really do anything. They get stuck in a glitch and they can never really get the burger off.
They can't even find the front counter anymore to take your order. Go to the kiosk.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though, honestly, use the app. This is not financial advice, people.
Yeah, use
the app for McDonald's.
Yeah,
for free. Order the food. You'll be shocked at how actually they get your food right, like 95% of the time instead of just 40% of the time when you actually order it by mouth. At the thing, if you do it by the app, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's been like honestly like 10, 15 times in a row. You go get stuff, it's perfectly fine, and then one time one little thing is screwed up. Not like normally when you order,
right?
It's just all jacked up.
I like the Buddhists, though.
Yeah. So yeah, they're called draconians, lizard people, saurians, or reptoids. So, like draconians, I don't know, is that like the Targaryens and stuff like that? And then saurians, so that's like the eye of Sauron looking at you.
Yeah.
No, the Saurians. I first saw the Saurians in a Doctor Who from like 1968. It has nothing to do with that.
They've actually cropped up in science fiction throughout the years. They've been written by like Robert E. Howard, Clark Ashton Smith, and H.P. Lovecraft. Sometimes real life mimics fictions, but more often fiction mimics real life. Could it be the inspiration for these stories run deeper?
Yes. Just like War of the Worlds fooled all those people that on that radio show. They say that's a bullshit story too, Jim. Like people were not freaking out and running outside because they thought the world was ending.
Wait, what?
No, but they were, because my parents were old enough to have actually heard that story. So as soon as you get past, I didn't hear it, it can't be true. Yeah, that's bullshit.
No, I was just listening to a guy on a podcast, and they said, it wasn't as drastic as they make it sound.
Was media hype?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they did it. I mean, so you're saying that they did this thing that they
broadcast of War of the Worlds.
Broadcast that they said, oh my God, that it caused all this uproar and it was all a problem because people thought it was real, didn't know it was fake. And you're saying that was fake? That didn't actually happen?
Not as bad as we're led to believe.
Well, it may not have been as bad, but the thing was, people didn't know the difference because there was constantly news broadcasts that were interjected. Say, beep, 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 news, blah, 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 this is happening. Dave is going here and something's happening. And
people, Italian, blah, blah, blahs heading north, whatever. Yeah, they were doing it all. They were they were reading the story, and then the news because it was actually kind of cool how they did it. Like they had their actual news reporter in the studio breaking the story as it was going.
Breaking news. Yep. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know it was okay, but I'm saying was it a psyop, and is it still a psyop on us where they've convinced us that people actually freaked all out and thought it was real?
Oh, I don't know. I imagine a lot of people, if they didn't hear the beginning of the show saying this is for entertainment purposes,
right? Yep.
They probably fucking freaked out. Like when they're breaking into the story with their local news radio guy, they're going, "Oh shit! This is." If they didn't hear the disclaim, they did disclaim it at the beginning.
Yeah.
So if you were there for the beginning, it was just like a nice radio show, because that's how people did shit back then. Uh,
Yeah, they didn't have TVs, right? Was that in like 1912 or something, or like, well, that before World War One or after World War One? I know it was Orson Welles, right? No, was it Orson Welles?
Yes.
No,
It was Orson Welles.
yeah, it was Orson Welles.
And it was.
Was he drinking wine?
It was between World War One and World War II, and it was the Thunder Child and all this other stuff. And
Yeah, he just wrote it. He didn't read it. Right, Mark? They just had a guy.
Who wrote it? Wasn't it some famous
I
guy? Oh my God,
I thought
what's his
he
name?
did read it because I have a cassette recording.
It wasn't
of it.
P.T. Barnum, right? No, that's the guy who did circuses.
Right. Orson Welles wrote War of the Worlds.
I thought he also read it though. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know.
I thought it was like H.G. Wells or something like that.
No, G. Wells was the time travel guy from the 1800s.
I don't know, man.
Orson Welles is a pretty
1938. There was TVs in 1938. 1938
Actually,
Radio War of the Worlds.
It was radio.
Wow, so it was right before World War II.
Yeah.
Wow. So maybe that was operate. Maybe that was Project.
Yeah.
Bluebeam
Orson
right
Welles
there.
narrated it.
They knew the Nazis were going to come, and so they did this crazy thing where they made everybody think aliens were invading. Maybe that's actually what happened. Maybe we're all living in a false history. Maybe none of this is real.
Well, I totally subscribe to the fact that we are all not living in any reality, and we're just here. And Jim and I are on a Dave BTM stream like 3 years ago.
H.G. Wells wrote it. See, real. I knew I didn't pull. There you go. I knew it. And you know what?
He wrote it. He didn't read it.
I'm just going to take that Spuds is 100% correct because he agreed with me.
He wrote it, but he didn't read it.
Yeah. I got it wrong.
Just ask Dave. He was alive in the 1930s.
Is that Blackroyd?
No, that's Sweet
Dave
Tooth.
was alive in the 1920s, people. Get it right.
I'm the youngest person on this stream. What are you talking about, Sweet Tooth?
What?
By far, I'm the youngest.
You're not younger than me.
Oh, Jim, you're like 97? Is that what your age is?
I'm 14 and a half, brother. I don't know what to tell
That's
you.
right. That's right. You were born on leap year, so it's every 4 years. So H.G. wrote it. All right. Wait, H.G. Wells, and it's gonna make me sound like a dummy, but are H.G. Wells and Orson Welles related?
No,
they spell their names differently. I think their last names are different, right, Mark?
Oh, H&R Block wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Okay.
I believe that one.
Orson Welles spells his Welles.
Okay. We live in a base reality. There's no such thing as an NPC. That's a new term invented by people within the last decade. H.G. Wells wrote both.
So, Reverend, you're talking about like video game stuff. We always talk about those non-playable characters in video games. So like the last 15, 20 years, that's where that's really came about. That's true.
GTH Reviews probably saw the Gulf War and he saw 9/11. So pay attention, kids.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you guys know who David Icke is?
Sounds icky to me.
Yeah. So if you want to learn everything there is to know about reptilians, David Icke is your go-to guy. All right. And or is it Icke? Is it David Icke?
I liked Icke.
He's the British
Icke.
guy.
Okay, David Icke. All right. I don't know. Let's see. I sound like a dummy now because I'm not. The C is silent. Okay.
That strikes a little funny, people.
I appreciate. No, dude, I 100% appreciate it. I'm not. I totally 100% appreciate it. This is a zero facts show, though. That's just want to make sure you realize there's no facts being told to anybody in this show. All right, I am not.
That's why we're here.
This is the opposite of any other show I do. This is completely way out there. All right. So
well, because all those stories you read are true too, Jim. On your other,
I try to tell the truth on my show.
Well,
As best I can find out what it is.
You don't write it though. You just relay the information and
I just relay the information.
your interpretation, right?
Oh, Jim's not telling us this is the news, right? This is not the news. This is not the news.
But way more.
Jim is not telling you, people. Not on this show. He's not telling you.
Say some facts then. I'm wearing shoes.
And maybe underwear. Maybe.
No, it's I know, Kevin, you're just messing around. I know you're messing with Dave. I get it. So he offers a lot of different conspiracy theories that in his life and career that are pretty mainstream for a long time. He was a professional footballer, and then he joined the BBC as a prominent presenter. In the 90s, everything changed. One day he was standing in the newsstand and he felt a draw towards a book written by a psychic healer from Brighton named Betty Shine.
Betty Shine.
Yeah. And he visited her and she told him a prediction that he would become a great spiritual leader. Well, yes. Gay Navy. I mean, yes. But I was in the other Navy.
Yeah, we were in the pre-90s Navy.
So Icke experienced one strange event after another, and eventually was invited on a BBC show called The Wogan. He went public with his beliefs, and he became a subject of mass ridicule. This African shaman has some interesting stories to tell. He speaks over time. His friend found a crashed craft, cut off the finger from the creature before the vans took the craft away. He ate it.
That went dark.
It did. That didn't go where I thought it was going. I mean, I don't know if Tucker Carlson could tell people he was possessed by, or he got molested by a demon.
Did he say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes, repeatedly. He thinks aliens are demons.
So Tucker Carlson got molested by a demon.
Yeah, he said he was laying in bed and it came and did things to him.
Sounds like a fantasy.
He said
it sounds like the reason why he's not as powerful as he used to be.
I'm not saying I believe it. I believe he said it because I saw him say it and heard him say it, and I went, "What the fuck?"
You know, Mark, I don't know. Like, I don't know how big his Tucker Carlson app is. It's pretty big, isn't it, Jim?
Yes, but I don't think he is what he used to be. Didn't Tucker come out and he was going to do all the exposition of, oh, look at all this stuff the Democrats did, and he shut up like after like the third one and stopped actually producing it?
Oh, on his show, on his
I mean, because he was going to release everything. He was going to tell, here's where the Democrats did all this shit, and then he shut up. It was very disappointing.
Well, I mean, he changed. Like, he really changed from the time when he lost his show, and then he started his own show. Like, when what he was doing, like right when he lost his show on Fox, all of a sudden, like, I don't know what happened to him. And then, I mean, some of it could be because I know he got like a bunch of money from a Qatari, no, maybe not. What was it? An Iranian and a Pakistan. The guy was half Iranian, half Pakistani. Sent him like $15 million or something like that to start his network.
Yeah, it was the thing that bothered me was he was going to expose people, and he did 2 or 3 exposing of people, and then he disappeared. So what the fuck happened? I thought this guy was going to be our champion. He was going to come out there. He's going to, this Democrat and that piece of shit, and suddenly he went away.
Yeah, no, Tucker's a cuck. You're getting Tucker confused with Alex Jones, but then again, I don't know what's happened to Alex Jones the past couple months because he seems to went completely 182. So I don't know. Something's going on.
I know Tucker versus Alex Jones, and Tucker did it too. Alex Jones, I forgive him because he's like quietly insane, so I don't hold him accountable.
Yeah. What's up, Woodham? Good to see you too. He says, greetings, Dave from Arkansas. I see. Hi. I see Mark has joined too, just like old times. Now look at his cat has an alien in its mouth.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's what you call it. What, a chest burster, right? Isn't that what they call those? A chest burster. Tucker took the money. Yeah, he took the money. Yes, he did.
Yeah. Too bad.
So he first began talking about reptilians in The Big Secret in '99, and it's his belief that the Anunnaki gods, damn it, we're not going to be able to not talk about the Anunnaki. I guess I should have read this first.
And I started with the Anunnaki thing, and Jim said, no, we're not going there. Suddenly we are.
Damn it. So they're Babylon. I thought wait a minute. No. I thought the Anunnaki were Sumerian gods. They're saying Babylonian.
Big difference. People.
Is it Sumeria
really
before Babylon?
Big difference.
Or is it the other way around? Babylon was before Sumeria.
No idea.
Okay, let me look.
So anyway, so he says it's a race of reptilian aliens who hail from the constellation Draco. And not only did they walk the earth as gods in the days of yore, but they still walk among us today as shifters. So
Sumeria was first.
Sumeria was first? Okay.
Yeah.
Icke is not the first writer to suggest a theory of ancient astronauts. Now, I prefer it as Icke now.
Dude, you watched every episode of Ancient Aliens just like I do.
I know. But, so,
I watched every episode, and I know they still make it, but it got kind of lame after a while. Like they were just going too far out there. But for years, I watched every bit of that shit.
So Anunnaki means the children of Anu, and the god Anu came from Nibiru. Yes, planet X. And their atmosphere was collapsing. And so they needed gold. It was the only way that they could save the planet.
And they came here and they mined all of our gold.
Yeah. That's why the gold that we're finding now is like they took all the big pockets of gold.
They took all the good stuff.
Yeah, all the big chunks.
Yeah. What the hell was that?
That was my horn in my car. My grandson is climbing around in my car, clearly.
What?
In your car? Was that your car alarm?
Yeah.
Who's out there
with
with
the horn? Yeah, that was the horn.
Is he out there by himself?
What? No. His mother's in there. But
okay. Hey, you want to go play in Grandpa's car? Yeah, let's go.
And for the next 6 hours, the alarm will go off, and neighbors will be, God, I hate that Jim guy.
The guy from Ferrari is going to call Jim in a second. Would you tell your grandson to stop pushing the SOS button? Damn it, Jim.
So it should be noted that reptilians are believed not to come from another star system, but another dimension. Right. We're entering a new dimension of sight and sound. You are entering the twilight zone.
God, those stories still are relevant, man. Just about
those were so well done. They're still kind of frightening today.
Because it's all about man. Just in our stuff, right? It's our hangups in life. So they're great. Love them.
Yeah. So it says here that the reptilians come from the Draco constellation, but not our Draco constellation.
No, the Malfoy
fourth
Draco
dimension.
constellation.
Yeah. So if they came from our Draco constellation, they shouldn't be lizard people, right? They should be something different.
I don't know.
You would think. I mean, I think if we were in that other dimension where the lizard people are from, maybe we're something else over there. You know, maybe we're little frogs or something. Who the fuck knows?
Damn. Dave is spitting the truth, people. Jesus.
Well, I mean.
Oh, thank you so much, KB. You don't have to apologize. Derailed the alien to get it. No. You don't. Hey, you don't have to apologize. This is just a show to try to make people laugh. That's it. I'm trying.
Jim,
honestly, I kind of needed this because of all the news constantly every day.
Jim, how many shows did you derail on my show?
All the time. All the time.
Every one, actually.
But hey, thank you. Thank you so much. But what I'm going to say is like all the news every day that's just horrible and bad, and it's like nonstop every day. And I'm seeing all the stuff about the illegal alien crime. And there was a mass shooting in a mall today, and it's I needed this. I think this will help me honestly just to laugh and just talk about silly stuff. You guys know I'm not. That's why there's no goal. I'm not asking for any money. Yeah. I'm not doing anything. Bella's on the screen. This is just for fun. That's it.
The goal
will be a show at 10 o'clock.
And the goal is likes.
Yeah, the goal is likes. That's it.
You just want likes. If you're on our channels, each channel, just hit the like button so we know that you guys like it. So they'll do it again.
Well, I'm glad you love it. That's cool. I just want to make you laugh. If I can make you laugh one time during the show, then I feel like I've done my job. Even if you're laughing at me, that's fine. I don't mind.
No, that is
that's the best laugh, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just one dimension over from ours. You see, it's not our, it's one dimension over. You take a left at Albuquerque, you're right there. All right. And it just goes back to occult lore, like magic, like Migick, not the one that you would know. Okay, a man called Plush says, I don't believe in Carlson's alien wet dream, but I do believe aliens are demons and fallen angels. The Epstein files are demonic enough to be possible. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
That sounds close enough to actually be true.
Yes.
Wait, the shooting was aliens of another country. Legals that shooting at the mall was illegal aliens. I thought they were. I thought they were like native born people ish, if you know what I mean.
So Ben Togel, the Anunnaki again. No.
Ben Togel goes way back. Way back. Very familiar with practice of summoning entities, much of which when you try to strike bargains. Icke believes these entities are reptilians, and this is yet another way in which they will cross over into our world. Yeah, so that's kind of like you thought it was a gang thing. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought it was a gang thing.
Where was it? Jim?
Oh, you're not know, just saying. Oh, okay. It was in Louisiana. It was Louisiana. There was a shooting at a mall. It was breaking like maybe about 5:30, something like that. So, but it's just like stuff like that.
So we don't know. We don't know like a body count or anything like that.
Not yet. Mall of Louisiana. Yeah. No.
It just keeps happening. It happens all the time.
There was one. I think it was one just a couple of days ago. A guy who killed all his kids, like 7 kids of his own.
Oh, so it's 1 dead, 5 injured.
Okay. So 1 dead, 8 injured. Yeah, but that was gangs are just gangs. Yeah.
I mean, Mark, they're doing it in other countries too. We just happen to live here.
A lot of the gangs here are being controlled by like the internet, like whatever you want to call them, the international gangs, the narco terrorist cartels and stuff like that. Yeah. So they're they're directly taking orders because they're getting the, it was different in the 80s and 90s and even the early 2000s. Gangs were like locally controlled and stuff like that. Now because of drugs and because of where the drugs are coming from, and they basically brought their own people in to be the wholesalers, and so they want control over everything, and that's basically what's happening now.
And to not cause stupid shit, just sell your drugs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Let the big boys work out the territory. You local guys just sell that shit.
Oh, the guy that killed his kids was all hopped up on drugs and going through a second divorce. Yeah, well, I mean, many such cases, they get on a lot of drugs and then they just go crazy. Sometimes it's drugs that are supposed to make them not crazy, but it has the opposite effect.
Yeah, it's like that. Remember that chick back in the 2000s in South Carolina just drove her kids into the damn river?
Yeah, and then tried to say somebody stole her car, and
black guys stole her car.
Black guys, I remember.
Ugh. Terrible person.
They made fun of that on South Park, and how a black guy did it. Yeah, black guy did it. Me too. You too. Yeah, me too.
No, no. KB, yeah, no, I know the guy that killed his kids didn't have anything to do with gangs, but there was a shooting just today at a mall, I believe in Louisiana.
Be right back.
So that was that generally speaking would be a gang or something like that. Usually, be like a gang.
Do you realize that Dave's avatar looks like a totally evil being with red eyes and a hood?
Yeah, it completely represents him. I know it's him.
I know it's Dave. Totally.
It's
that's better than Dave himself.
I know that is the true form of Dave's reptilian self, because Dave is the reason I wanted to do this show is because I want to expose Dave as the reptilian alien.
Good thing he had to take a piss so we could actually do that. Yeah.
She's up for parole again, Susan Smith. Yeah, I don't think she should ever get out.
Yeah, Susan Smith, yeah.
I don't think she should ever get out. That's my opinion. I have a right to it. Because anybody who would do that. They've arrested 5. Okay. All right. So the reptilians are shapeshifters. They are already humanoid. They walk on two legs in some sense, and they look similar to us, except for the fucking big head and the tail and the alien eyes and the eyes that go the wrong way. Like, did you see those videos? I mean, I know they're AI. Okay, I know it's AI and crazy, but where they show like Mark Zuckerberg and them where their eyes do the weird stuff.
Well, I like the Hillary Clinton ones because I believe she actually is a reptilian. So I think those are more realistic.
Well, she does carry hot sauce in her purse.
Yeah. Yeah. Who does that? Who does that?
Zuckerberg definitely ain't human.
No, of all the people, yeah, he's not. He's like really weird.
So it says many of them may actually live in caves deep underground. Well, Zuckerberg is building a bunker underground. Just saying.
Vomits up alien eggs.
Yeah. The world we see and the world as it is are two different things. So even if you do not literally believe in a holographic universe, you don't have to admit that quite often we're able to allow the wool to be pulled over our eyes by politicians, CEOs, and all these other people. So what he's saying is like the movie, that documentary, what is it called? Was it Among Us? No, the one with Roddy Piper. What is it called? Oh my God. Among Us, them, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Which was really good because I like those glasses and I wanted those glasses. I wanted to see them. I bet if I put those glasses on, Dave would actually be one of them.
They live.
We watched it on the channel one night, Jim.
Yeah.
They live. So yeah, so that's what he's saying is that's actually that movie is a documentary. Okay. And so all these really CEOs and scammers and frauds, and it's hard to believe that a species that already lives like sheep may be bowing to the extraterrestrial authorities. Are the Anunnaki the same as the reptilians? It's a good question. Is it? Is that a good question?
No, I don't think it is at all. No, it's not a good question.
Dave is actually thinking about the answer, people.
I've just got to say, like, this sounds like something AI would say, and then it says, well, yes, this is a good question. Shut up. No, it's not a good question. Are they the same? I've never heard the reptilians and the Anunnaki talked about in the same sentence before, Jim. Like they're,
I don't know. I mean, I've heard. I heard. Well, we'll get into it. I've heard about the Bible and Anunnaki stuff like that. The ties there, but so yeah. Kevin says it freaks me out every time Hillary does an interview. I always comment that it's weird that a serial killer is just out there walking free doing media interviews.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how. Like her and Bill, like they're still walking around, dude. Like, did Biden die yet? Is he still alive?
Well, they said he has stage something or other prostate cancer or something, so he's probably going to live another 10 years.
Yeah, and he won't be as feeble-minded anymore either, right?
I personally don't think, honestly, and this is I'm being 100% serious here to everyone watching. 100% serious. This is not me messing around.
Black Angus is in the house, Jim.
What's up, Angus? How you doing, buddy? Long time no see.
Long time no see, man.
I don't believe the people that we kept seeing that they claimed was Biden was the same guy all the time. To me, I saw different people. I'm like, that's a different guy. This guy's way taller. What the hell's going on here?
Well, yeah, a lot of those people look totally different, and everybody just bought the fact that he had doppelgangers going around. You know,
something. Because there was one guy that seemed like, like there was the Biden that was old, could barely walk, falling, dropping his bike, and doing all that stuff, and then there was that guy that was like basically running, hopping, and doing stuff like, hey, with the sunglasses on, all like. Oh, they said Biden wasn't real. It's in the Epstein files, 5 inches taller. So it wasn't only me. Okay, it wasn't only me that recognized there was something. You call him Tall Biden. Hey, what's up, Chris? Good to see you, buddy.
Tall Biden.
I thought it was just me that thought that was not like. I was like, wait a minute.
We talked about that. Same person. Yeah, we've talked about that before. Like, man, that other Biden was walking off the stage in the wrong direction. This guy is like having a full conversation. That's not
Biden from the Vegas situation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were all as lame as he was.
So isn't that like what the Manchurian Candidate was about, Jim? Like,
no, Manchurian Candidate is actually what is going on right now, and the Chinese are doing it to us. They're bringing people to have kids here that they can raise in China that are American citizens, and then they come back and they can run for president, become president, take over the country. I mean, the Manchurian Candidate was somebody who got like.
I thought there was
the movie. The Manchurian Candidate was a guy who got captured. Basically, it was the same premise of like that. What was it called? The American.
Mm-hmm.
No, was it the American? No, the one, it was a Homeland or something like that on HBO. It was like a thing where a guy
Oh,
was
Homeland
captured.
TV show. Yeah.
Yeah, like he was captured and then he got brainwashed by the terrorists, and they sent him back here to be like a sleeper agent and do weird stuff.
That show was messed up.
It's called The American Dream, but people are waking up. Yeah, I don't disagree. Biden died in Vegas. Oh, he might have. So that would be like another movie. It's like that's another thing too. Like they're fucking with us when they have these movies like Wag the Dog. And basically, like, yeah, look at what we're going to do to convince everybody this other shit. And then they keep doing that same shit. And then the other movie was called, like, what was it called? Like, Dave. Dave was the name of the movie where the president died. And they got a guy that looked just like him to come in. And they kept the president on ice. And the guy.
Who was that
which
guy?
which was a great movie, by the way. Funny. Dave, we should watch that.
It was a guy that used to, oh my God, what's his name? He's been in a ton of shit. He was in A Fish Called Wanda.
Kevin.
Kevin.
God damn it. Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline, yeah. Kevin Kline, yeah.
He was in a lot
of stuff. Yeah. He was in Silverado.
Dave,
he was really good.
You could do Silverado and Dave on a
we
Saturday
also
night.
do A Fish Called Wanda and Raising Arizona on the same night. 2 weird movies that you'll laugh your ass off to. A Fish Called Wanda cracks me up, dude. Isn't Jamie Lee in that one too?
Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, yeah. Yeah, I think Jamie Lee Curtis is Wanda. And then we got a 5-inch taller Biden. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So
I like the Biden that actually spoke against Kamala after he was bounced out of the race, and he said something that like totally undercut Kamala Harris. I thought that was the funniest.
Yeah,
thing.
but you remember Obama did that to Biden too.
Oh, did he?
Obama said something like, "Joe will F this country up if you make him president." I'm pretty sure he said that.
What's this? Reverend says it was about exposing Joseph Smith, the politician who convinced an entire town he was talking to an angel when he was actually reading pages from the Egyptian Necronomicon. Wow, and then he started collecting sarcophagi and removing the papyrus scrolls inside of the mummy's wrapping and called it the Lost Book of Abraham.
So that's the Mormons, right?
I saw the South Park episode, and I swear by the South Park episode. They got it right.
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
So other people say that the ancient carvings of the Anunnaki is evidence against this theory, but some of the carvings show reptilian figures. Many show figures that look more human or even bird-like. So Joseph Smith never said that? Okay. Became ridiculous because he convinced people he had magical stones that allowed him to translate it. He was visited by Moroni, hence moron and moronic.
Some men have really big stones, people.
Obama's library is definitely a place that has definitely it was a place that looks like it's from Star Wars. Say that. It looks like that place. What was it called? The sand people, right? The little sand, not the sand people. What oh, man. Oh, why did my brain not work today?
It's called
the Jawas.
Jawas.
Right? No, right? Is that the Jawas, right? That was the Jawas, right? The little creatures.
The little people, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Jawas, yeah, okay. I don't know. Sandcrawler. Yeah, doesn't Obama's you look at the Sandcrawler. Not the Tusken Raiders. No, that's what Obama's wife looks like.
Big Mike, yeah. Big Mike looks just like that.
Even calling him new tall Biden for the last year of his presidency. Okay. That granite box in the large pyramid measures the same size as the inside of the Ark of the Covenant. Oh,
God,
I don't know, dude. I honestly, this would be like I honestly believe the pyramids were built like way, way, way a long time ago. All right, like not any of the people that are currently in Egypt did not have nothing to do with it. Like, who knows what they look like? I don't know what they look like. But it was built way before the Egyptians.
Oh, the Egyptians took it over. Yeah, they didn't build that shit.
Yeah,
there's no diagrams that they've uncovered of them.
Well, no, the proof is that if the Egyptians built it, why did the construction get shittier and shittier as time went on? The oldest stuff is the best stuff.
Absolutely, right.
That's something. This is and
if the Egyptians tried, they failed miserably, and that's why those ones are so terrible. Yeah.
CIA has latex masks mastered. You know what? I have heard that Gay Bean. I have heard that they have because there's a guy who I actually trust was telling the truth, talking about he was in when they were looking for a person, let's say, and he was in another country, and because his complexion would have stood out in this country, they had him wearing rubber gloves, a mask and all this stuff. And this was many years ago.
And he passed?
What?
And he passed?
Well, no, he said it was fine as long as the people didn't get close to you. You know what I mean? Like if they got right up in your face, they could tell, but from 15, 20 feet away, you couldn't tell.
He wasn't ordering food at McDonald's. He was walking through the crowd to get to the next place.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and Team America style, yeah. Durka, Muhammad Jihad. It's really good today. You wouldn't even know. I don't doubt it. I'm saying this was 20 years ago. So,
yeah. And
that stuff improves fast.
Like good old Mission Impossible stuff.
Yeah. So why are the reptilians here? What are they doing here? What do they want? What would they want from us?
They want power.
They want to manipulate us, because we're easy to manipulate. All right. And that they're here in order to mine for monatomic gold with the aid of human slave. Wait a minute.
They're getting their lore wrong on the Anunnaki.org site. What the hell?
Yeah. So which apparently can boast the powers of their nervous system and is able to shapeshift, cross dimensions, and so on. They also derive energy from human suffering. So as well with their interests. You think the giants helped build the pyramids? I don't disagree with that. I mean, we have all the legends of the giants. Have the red-haired giants, which were talked about through all of like Native Americans and stuff like that. And then the other,
Do you know what monoatomic gold is, Jim?
No, what?
It is often marketed as Ormus M state or white powder gold, is a controversial substance claimed to be a high spin single atom form of gold with anti-aging, consciousness enhancing, and even anti-gravity properties. While sold online as a dietary supplement or spiritual elixir, there is no specific evidence supporting its existence or as described or its health claims. So,
Jim, that sounds like you need to get them as a sponsor on your show.
Absolutely. That's especially for Theory Thursday. Buy it here.
Well, the only white powdered gold stuff I ever had was like Peruvian flake, and it had a couple other colors in it. But man,
as soon as I heard white powder,
it did make me.
That's why I had to read it.
It did make me act very, improved my consciousness. Let's say.
Did you chase it with some Goldschlager, Jim? Atomic gold up with some or whatever fucking gold it is.
Yes, like he says, white powdered gold made the 80s amazing.
Exactly.
They derive energy from human suffering. Oh, so these are the ones that they say, like, yeah, they derive. Okay, so and it's their interest that we wage war, engage in animal cruelty, and so on.
Hey, Mordred has a good question, Jim.
How do these weirdos know this shit if no one can speak Sumerian or Babylonian? Who says they can't?
Well, who's that guy? Ben? Who's that guy that?
No, it's Billy Carson.
Billy Carson.
Oh yeah,
peace be upon Billy Carson.
Yeah.
All praise Billy Carson.
All praise. Yeah. Shalom alaikum. Shalom alaikum.
All praise Yakub.
All praise his one story that he keeps telling over and over and over.
So that's why these reptilians have placed shapeshifters in positions of power. It's so that they can keep us enthralled for their interests, suffering. And the more we suffer, it serves the needs. Everything serves the needs of the reptilians, all suffering.
So
that's why they call it dope.
Hey, Jim, your level of suffering is way different than other people's levels of suffering, just like mine and Mark's and probably the chat's. We all have different levels of suffering. So are the lizard people happy with your level of, like, I guess that's what, it makes no sense. We should all be slaves digging up white gold for them if they want true power.
Well, I mean, no, because there's different levels of stuff. I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know how many there are. Maybe they can only maybe like any other drug. If you take too much of it, it has bad effect on you too. So they can't have too much suffering, otherwise they would be over sufferated.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where the suffragettes came from.
Yes, the suffragettes. Like that's where it all started. That's where all the problems started with the
Jesus
suffragettes.
Christ. We solved it, people. A theory Thursday after months, we solved it.
we just figured out.
That's how they mastered. How are we gonna crank the suffering up? The suffragettes.
Women voting. What? No.
And it's
No.
they're all jokes, so nobody get upset. Okay? I'm just messing around. I love all women.
Hey, there's a movie on YouTube called Reptilian. You can watch the full movie on YouTube for free, guys, if you're interested.
Oh,
yeah.
So
There's a series about reptilians on Apple TV.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So even non-believers have to admit that there's something intuitively familiar in this narrative. You guys have to admit that?
No.
Not really.
I think it's humans want power too. Like a lot of humans want power.
So whether you believe, as Icke does, that there's literally our cold-blooded aliens or not, the cold-blooded actions of world leaders, especially over the course of the 20. They're conflating when someone says, "Man, that's cold-blooded," like like that you don't have, like your cold heart or whatever.
Right, your cold heart. Right.
Comparing that to actual cold-blooded reptiles who's just because their blood is not warm like ours and they need exterior heat, like their body does not create heat. Our bodies create heat. That's weird. Why is there,
Jim, this bullshit about over the course of the 20th century? How about since man's walked the face of the earth? We've been slaughtering each other forever. Been big wars way before World War I and World War II. Lots of people died in a lot of wars. I mean, nothing's killed more people than religion. Just saying. Over many thousands of years.
for one night only, Jim Tells and the Suffragettes.
They'll be dancing in the background, people, a little later in the show.
Yes, there will be. I mean, it's ridiculous that they think the 20th century is the most violent, century in the history of our planet. They're fucking retarded. These people have been walking around. There just wasn't as many people to kill.
You haven't covered the vril yet. A parasite that's introduced through the tear duct of an eye, it then consumes its host and takes over. I'm going to have to look into that. That's going to have to be a different night. There's evidence that even before real civilizations, the cavemen have massive tribal war. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean,
we watched Caveman, Mark. We watched Ringo Starr.
I mean, here's the thing: like being civilized, what we have, and working together, and all that stuff. I don't think that really existed.
No.
That like if you go back, but then again, there might have been other civilizations before,
Jim,
there might have been 5 or 6 civilizations they claim that got wiped out by different cataclysms and stuff, like the flood that everyone knows about. Maybe before the flood, Andaluvian.
Genghis Khan buried more fucking civilizations in the desert than anybody. They just are now rediscovering. Like, he destroyed these places. Massive cities gone.
Wow. Reverend's got a good point here. He said they were not cavemen. They were survivors from a previous cataclysm. That's why they had knowledge of tools and weapons, but no way to fabricate them.
Oh.
Okay. So they had all this knowledge of primitive technology, but they couldn't recreate the primitive technology. Okay.
No, he's saying they had advanced technology, but they had
no way to what they had our modern
No, they had fire.
Just think, this is going to blow your mind, all right? But what happens in, say, 100 years from now when there are no more books, no more physical media at all? Everything is streaming in the cloud and on. Yeah. And this is a thought experiment. Everything's in a streaming or in the cloud or on hard drives, digitally stored. Nothing is physical anymore. All right? And that's possible in 100 years.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like, oh, you can't bake tree, you can't cut down, got to get rid of the books, because it's trees and stuff, and it's whatever. And books do deteriorate and everything like that. They're going to go away. They eventually rot, and unless there's, but this is, man, and then something happens and it wipes out no electricity anymore, no nothing. All that stuff is gone. All the information is gone. And it's only knowledge in people's heads. But
And
they
only
can't
a few
create
survive.
anything.
And only a few survive.
Only
Right.
people that
Well,
survive.
and old books in old libraries, which sets the clock back, 200 years or something.
What would happen? That would be, that's why, I mean, honestly, this is, again, I'm going to get serious for a second. That's why I do watch the solar flare things. I still bring those up occasionally. That could screw us up, man. And it's something that could really happen. The Carrington event happened in the late 1800s. It caused electric, basically, and we weren't electrified. The world was not electrified like it is now. There was some telegraph lines. There was not really like electricity like you would think of it today. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
There were chemical batteries that all you had to do was pour two chemicals together and you had a battery, which was really kind of cool when you think about it. Jim,
Which batteries were in the 70s. We used to add water to the batteries. Remember? We used to have to do that. Yeah.
So Jim, what happened with the guy and the solar flare reports and all that? I haven't seen one of those in like a year and a half.
He's dating Megan Fox.
No, he's still
still there?
doing them. He's still doing them. He got a divorce.
Yeah.
He thought his wife was going to try to take the ranch from him,
but he got the ranch, right?
I think they're splitting it or something. I don't know.
No.
They're taking turns being there different times.
Is he dating Megan? What's it?
No, he wanted to date a man. He wanted to date Melanie Mack.
Melanie Mack.
Yeah. But anyway, he's still doing them. I bring them up every now and again. There was just like a real cool thing. Like we've been having a lot more episodes of auroras at lower latitudes. A lot more. I don't ever remember ever as a kid or until the last, like, say, 7 years, hearing anything about auroras being seen in, Florida or Illinois or
basically the continental United States.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing. Yeah.
List of reptilian celebrities. Okay, here we go. You guys ready for this?
And here's where they name people. That's great.
Ashton Kutcher. Oh.
Barack Obama, George W. Bush and most of his advisors, Bill Clinton, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Benedict Cumberbatch. Now, him I can believe.
I don't believe that either.
Angelina Jolie, I can believe.
Madonna too, yeah.
Madonna and numerous senators and world leaders. Yeah. Like
they
up on the
bridge too far.
You add water because the water boils off and then the acid concentrates and doesn't cover the lead plate sufficiently. Yeah. Like you used to buy batteries though that had no liquid in them whatsoever. It would have powdered acid in it. Powdered acid. You would add like distilled water.
Right, distilled water.
And then you would make that stuff. But and that's actually how, like, a lot of people don't know. I would argue, how George Patton and like MacArthur and these people said how like the M1 Garand was the single greatest implement that helped us win the war. I would disagree slightly and say that it was the VT fuse, we had a proximity fuse.
Okay.
That were created, and what they did was they had a tiny little guidance system. Like we did do an episode one time talking about the pigeons, that they tried to get pigeons to guide bombs and stuff like that. But anyway, this was actually a thing that they had a tiny little radar thing that would go to blow up, and they used Christmas lights. Like we used to remember the Christmas light bulbs, with a little ampule of acid that would break and spray acid onto the lead plates to create enough power. That way, it would have power. Because they were like, how do we power this thing? And they're like, batteries don't last that long. There's no way we're going to be able to build these things, put batteries in them. So they had to have a way that the battery, that you would automatically start the battery.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right when you fired them. So when they like the shells, they were like anti-aircraft shells. They would spin and it would cause the thing to break and it would get the charge, and then they would know to blow up when they got close to the plane. So that's I would say that's
the shit you never hear about, like unless you know. But like that's pretty cool.
And it's really creative, cool
thing. And I don't know why I just talked about that.
Because we were talking about batteries.
Batteries. Okay, we're talking about batteries. See, someone derailed again. But anyway, so you can see this list is all over the place, left and right wing politicians. These are all the uniparty.
Uh-oh.
What?
Now, I don't know why, like, what power does Angelina Jolie need over the human race? Because she's just going to adopt every kid that she sees. That's her power, right?
I'm just going to go on the record, so everyone just would.
Who wouldn't?
Okay.
What does she look like today?
I don't know.
Who cares?
I still
Who
would.
cares? I just remember her first movie.
Yes. Oh yeah, Hackers.
Yeah, God. She was sitting on the guy and she pulls her shirt off.
And I don't know what happened to her
Great
because her
scene.
father is John Voight, who's so based, like it's unbelievable.
Well, she's rebelling against daddy. She's got daddy issues.
Yeah. So
We can fix her.
This is
We can fix her.
This is really important. I want everyone to pay attention because this is how you identify reptilian hybrids. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. You want to know how to spot a reptilian? You need to look at both their physical characteristics, which kind of bleed through the shape-shifting guys. You need to look for their personality traits of the reptilians as well. All right. She don't have them boobs no more. Yeah, she did. She chopped them off because that's what she said. Something crazy. Like she got a test that said she had like this higher percentage chance or whatever, some kind of genetic thing to develop breast cancer. She didn't have breast cancer, but she's like, I don't want to risk it. Just go ahead and take them off.
Yeah, people did that back then.
Yeah, people did that. She hasn't like tried to fix that.
I know she's got fake ones, you know, but I mean, I'm just saying she's not the one. I'm saying the ones that were in Hackers, those are gone.
Those are gone.
Those are gone.
Those are memories.
So sad. So sad. Can we have a moment of silence? No. Anyway.
So if you look around, you'll find videos and pictures suggesting, you know.
So if a person has narrow, slit-like eyes and facial features which appear suggestive of a lizard, they may be a shapeshifter.
I don't know any real people that actually look like that.
Slit-like eyes. We used to call Asian slant eyes. That's a thing, right? I don't know if that's nice, but we used to.
They could be tall. They also there might be a given. So
that takes the Asians out. They're not tall. They're
yeah. It says Angelina Jolie poked so Sweeney could bounce.
Ooh. Reptilians on the whole are believed to be quite tall, so this may also be a giveaway. So Yao Ming, Shaq, Bill Cartwright, all those guys. All right.
Dave, who is like 6'2" or something like that. Could be you, Dave.
I'm 6'3". I don't consider myself quite tall. I just, but I'm taller than the average guy. If you look around, you'll find videos and pictures suggesting that sometimes reptilians lose control of aspects of their shape-shifting abilities, resulting in strange textures on their skin or changes in their eyes. So,
well, that's Bella.
Well, of all the people we saw on that list, I don't think I've ever saw that, and they're all on TV and movies a lot. So now where I do see that shape-shifting shit is in AI videos. The video starts out with the guy's face. It ends up with a completely different face. It's like, come on, AI, keep your shit together. Reptilians are cunning, expert manipulators. All right. That's one for cynic. Power-hungry individuals may be reptilians. Reptilians are energy vampires. They are draining to be around. Oh, so you mean they talk your ear off? That's a woman. Oh, I'm sorry. Narcissism and related traits like gaslighting could indicate you're dealing with. Oh my God, this is the dumbest shit. Destructive sadism may also be a sign of. This could be this is like, isn't this Ted Bundy? This is Ted Bundy. That's Ted Bundy. Like, he's a master manipulator, got girls to get in his car, and then took total control.
It's possible. See, and when a lot of people read about reptilians and his theories, they say like it's far out there. But you can't believe that. Like people would say that this is like far out there. All right.
Yeah, far out.
And you think about it, a lot of places where reptilians crop up in the mainstream media, especially in a fictional universe. Think about the Lord Voldemort, the snake-like fascistic. I don't even understand what that word means.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
So another fun example is the Solarians from Doctor Who. The Solarians aren't evil and they aren't even aliens. They're an ancient reptilian humanoid living in secret caves deep underground. Oh, isn't that like H.G. Wells, The Time Machine, right? Was that one where they went back and they had, what were they called? The Morlocks and what are the other ones called? So they have ties to inner Earth civilization theory that Corey Good and David Wilcock often reference. Whether you believe in them or not, the mythology of lizard people among us weaves through human history. Just weaves through it. It's all there. The Eloi, yeah, the Eloi.
How come they're not teaching us this in high school?
I don't know.
This is very important knowledge we need, Mark. We need to be able to recognize these people.
Up on the horizon. Great to see you. The Time Machine's a damn good movie. Old and the original. Old and new. Yeah, I know what you meant. I got you. So even though the reptilian race is a fearful theory, it's also one of hope. Hope that the universe is bigger than just ourselves. And if we can liberate ourselves from the oppressors, we might just become a kinder, more compassionate species.
Then why doesn't the other race that we talked about come down here and tell us about the lizard people and how to identify them so we can just whack them? Like, let's get rid of them all. Because then we'll all be in love with each other, Mark. Because it's just the reptilians that cause bad things on this planet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Him too.
All right.
He can come out.
Yeah. We'll do a bonus here. This picture might look familiar to some people.
Yeah, I think I've seen that in a AI video or two.
So, you guys know who the Nephilim are?
Yes, half angel people.
Oh, Conan the Barbarian, James Earl Jones, the first reptilian. You knew, yeah. What was his name? Damn it. Two snake heads coming together like this. Oh, what the hell was his name? Fulsa Doom.
Oh, nice.
Sounds like
that motherfucker is not real. Remember that broad?
Yeah, she ended up doing really well.
So were the Nephilim fallen angels? Were they children of fallen angels? Were they entirely human? Almost any discussion about Nephilim is going to be rife with controversy and confusion.
No, there's a definition for what Nephilim is. They were the children of fallen angels. That's kind of a thing. You can go online and you can say anything you want and say, oh, this is the question. Was Dave actually a liberal? Did Dave actually like vodka, but not bourbon? Yes, Dave must have loved vodka instead. All you have to do is say it.
He had to like vodka.
Exactly. So I don't like that premise that you can just ask a question and suddenly everything goes away. There are no facts anymore.
It was the holes in her gene. Yeah, she was surprisingly attractive. For usually when you see somebody making a scene on the plane, they're not nothing you want to look at.
She cleaned up better than that, by the way. She looked better even. Yeah,
it was shocking. So nobody really knows, who the Nephilim were.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows.
Let's start, by looking at references of the Nephilim in the Bible and the Book of Enoch. Now, this is the Book of Enoch that comes from, I believe, the Ethiopian Bible.
Well, it didn't make the Bible.
It didn't make the cut. The modern Bible.
They found it in a cave in like the 40s, right? Some fucking goat herder.
I think.
Found all those lost scrolls or whatever. Wasn't the Book of Enoch in there?
There's a whole lot of books like that. I've got like 12 of them sitting in a cabinet over here. I used to follow that stuff.
No, not the new one for PTP. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I've seen it. He's got a new graphic novel, which it's done, I believe, by the same guy who did the Action Bible? It's called, which is like the I'm trying to think. Damn it. Yeah, the Action Bible. I can't think of his name. Corello, something like that. Anyway, it's so it might be good. I don't know. I mean, just saying. I'd like to see it because stuff like that. I would probably honestly. I mean, even though it's PTP, I probably would buy it because the Book of Enoch is something I'm.
It's PTP though, dude. It's going to be
But I'm
awful.
saying the guy who wrote it though is the guy who did the action
No,
Bible.
but he did the PTP did the art, and it's going to suck so bad. It's going to distract you from the story. If you could just get like the written book, maybe might be
Unless
better.
I have it, maybe I have it backwards. Maybe PTP wrote it and it's the other guy drawing it. I don't know. I don't know. Anything's possible. Energy vampires are both genders. Yes, I agree, K-Bean. I agree. Energy vampires are both genders. Definitely.
I think K Bean's a little behind.
I think she might be a little behind.
Yeah.
I think maybe just a little.
Yeah.
It
was a joke about the women, just so
okay. Oh, okay. Is that what it was?
Because I said, "Oh, it's a woman," about the energy vampire thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Aren't they from Planet X or the Pleiades? Well, the Pleiadian, we covered at the beginning of the show. We covered the Pleiadians, and I don't know. It's hard to describe what the answer was to that question. Planet X was where the Anunnaki are supposedly from,
right?
Which is Nibiru.
But the Palladians were 444.2 light years away.
Yeah, something like that. Which, if you take the 442 by 2, you get 88.
Right.
So there's that.
Yes.
So yeah.
So how long is the lore about what these people are talking about been around, Jim? Like, I know that they're trying to decipher, hieroglyphs and shit, and they're trying to say, oh, this is that and this is that. But how long is there written lore of these races of people that we can go back to? Is this 20th century shit?
Well, I mean, supposedly now these like the Anunnaki, if you want to talk about like the Anunnaki, supposedly goes all the way back to Samaria. Like, but I don't know because I can't read
Sumerian
or the thing, so I can't check if it's actually written in there. But I mean, multiple sources say it's in there, but they talk about other stuff. I mean, I think it's it's not just Billy Carson saying that that's what it says.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So I don't know. So yeah, so we'll start by looking at references to Nephilim in the Bible and the Book of Enoch, and we can explore some of the different theories that scholars, philologists. I know theologian. I mean, is it theologists? Among these
theologists.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that word's got me. Anyway, among those hypotheses is one that we should particularly intrigue you. It's possible that the Nephilim were none other than the Anunnaki.
Oh, full circle, people.
Yes. So what does the word Nephilim mean?
So the Anunnaki are fallen angels, Mark, right? Or children of angels?
Children of angels. Yeah.
In your 12 books you got behind you, Mark, did you read about the Anunnaki ever?
No, they were surprisingly not in there. There were a lot of Nephilim and things like that, but no Anunnaki.
The ologists. Okay, the ologists. So the word is complicated and quite nebulous. Nobody's quite sure what the root of the word is. It may not be derived from the Hebrew verbal root of nephil for fall, but it may be derived from the Hebrew verbal root nephil for fall. Okay, so fallen angel. Maybe that's what it comes from. This is a pivotal moment. I think she's far behind. I think she's behind. I'm trying to wait for her to catch up. So, because I like talking to her, and it's now I'm saying stuff. I'm trying to remember what I said 10 minutes ago. Because I think she's about 10 minutes behind is what it seems. Unless, I don't know. Anyway, so an Anglican cleric, Robert Baker Girdlestone, asserted that it would be interpreted as those who cause others to fall down. This could be a literal giant reference or figurative demonic reference.
Could be Keystone Cops.
Professor Ronald Hanlon thinks that ones who may have fallen. So, Nephilim in the Bible says, let's go over actual scriptural references to the Nephilim.
Okay.
The Nephilim were in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in onto the daughters of men. So
they're angels having sex on earth.
Well,
What was
no, because
in-
it said, hold on, it says the Nephilim were in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men. They bore children on the same were mighty men were old, the men of renown. So they're saying that the Nephilim were already here before the sons of God.
I read
came.
it as previous generations of them were here, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
So they were here, but the sons of God had to come down onto the daughters of men to keep the population going. Right, Mark? That's what it sounds like.
Until the flood, which was supposed to wipe them all out.
Well, it's supposedly right. That's what I don't know how you say supposedly, but that's one of the theories or things that they say is that God used the flood to get rid of the Nephilim or giants or whatever.
Exactly. The flood was not about purging men. It was about purging the Nephilim because angels were getting busy with women on earth and got to kill them all off. And only man survived.
So then in Numbers, it says, and then we saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak. Oh, so that would be Anunnaki, who came of the Nephilim and who are our own sight as grasshoppers. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight.
Oh, so this is a kung fu reference? David Carradine, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's in Numbers.
Numbers is not a book anybody wants to read, by the way. Don't even
Really?
bother.
Okay.
Oh, God, no.
It sounds just that little paragraph is ridiculous.
And this says, the following passage describes the Nephilim as the descendants of the Watchers. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. Oh, okay. They had beautiful daughters.
Mm.
And the angels and the children of heaven saw and lusted after them and said to one another, come, let us choose wives among the children of men and beget us children. And some jazz and some, what is that? Some jizz, who was the leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, let us swear an oath and bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but do this thing. Wow.
And then they all had sex anyway.
Wow. Wow. Because the Nephilim were 2.5 miles tall.
Whoa.
Giant ones,
That's
yes. Not all. Though I don't want to speak for all Nephilim people. Just saying.
huh. Okay, then they swore the oath and bound themselves, and they were all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon because it had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it.
And their uncle Herman was the guy who actually did it, so they said, okay, Herman, we'll name you.
So they had an orgy?
Wouldn't you,
They were
Dave?
called
Come
the
on,
men of
think
renown, the
about it.
gods.
They were all handsome women, I guess so.
Well, that's, you were saying about the gods of men and renown, the gods, the Titans and all that stuff. I mean, that is like what some of these people think is that like the Greek gods, like Zeus and these other gods, that they were actually the same Anunnaki. They just called them different names because they had a different language, so they had different names for them.
Well, yeah, and those same gods repeat, the Romans adapting the Greek and all of that. This all could be the same thing. Could literally be the same thing in different languages.
Yeah, I mean the flood stories in every history, right? Every culture's history. Everybody had a flood.
Pat says I could use one of those giants to prune a tree for me. Oh.
I could use a giant prune to purge something out of me. Okay.
Okay, you caught up? Are you caught up? I hope you caught up. Okay. All right. I was talking to you, and then I was like, wait, she's behind because she's saying things that I know we talked about a long time ago. Let's see. So an interesting video to look up: giant discovered after tsunami in India. Well, there's all those stories. I don't know if they're true or not. The reports, they're all over newspapers. You can check that during the 1800s, the Smithsonian was finding all types. People were finding giant bones and stuff, and they were sending them to the Smithsonian, and then, oops, the Smithsonian accidentally dumped them all in the river. So, I don't know. So it says they took wives, each choosing for himself whom had begun to approach, and with that, they cohabitated, teaching them sorcery, incantations, and the dividing of roots and trees. So they taught. They're saying they took wives and they taught their wives how to divide roots and trees. So, like, to be like gardeners. What sorcery and incantations did they teach them? I don't get this.
Practical magic.
And the women conceived
Birth
and brought
control.
forth giants. Oh, so the Nephilim came and they had giants. Well, that is right. I think that's what some of these people do believe, like that the red-headed giants or whatever, that those were like descendants of the Nephilim and women. Was it the Moai that Easter Island created for the giants? Some of them things are huge. That's another place. That's a place that's really creepy. Like, a lot of people think it's just the heads. It's not. Their whole bodies underground. Like, it's a whole huge thing. Like, and
a lot of people think that those were real beings buried and they turned to stone afterward.
What?
Yeah.
Really? That's a theory?
Of course.
Well, like Medusa saw him?
Medusa?
Like,
She turns people to stone, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Medusa.
Easter Island is actually the missing island of Mu. Maybe. I thought that was further. Well, no, Easter Island is kind of like in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. Could be. Maybe. Oh, splicing and breeding plants. Yeah, that's what it makes sense. As I'm saying, they gave them their green thumb. So their stature was each 300 cubits. These devoured all which the labor of men produced until it became impossible to feed them, when they turned themselves against men in order to devour them, and began to injure birds, beasts, reptiles, and fishes, to eat their flesh one after another and drink their blood, their flesh one after another. Wait, they're saying 300 cubits. Isn't that pretty fucking tall?
Yeah, I never actually got cubits, but that's damn big.
It's 45.72 centimeters.
A cubit?
Mm-hmm.
So 300 cubits
inches.
300 times a cubit. 450 to 510 feet tall.
Oh, that's big.
That's
not a giant. That's like a fucking monster, like fucking Godzilla.
Well, that's why they were eating flesh and drinking blood of humans, dude. They were fucking.
Yeah, but they would have been picking them up like this, like I'm eating people, like maybe not,
like M&Ms.
Yeah, I mean, it would be tiny.
You said 300 cubits, right? Yeah,
that's what it said.
Yeah, I said 300 times a cubit, and it said 450 to 510. Because there's different measurements of cubits depending on different interpretations.
Wow. It seems the worldly arts of civilization came to quite a steep price. The essential implication that the fallen angels enslaved humankind. They bewitched us. You guys remember that movie, the TV show Bewitched?
Loved it.
Darren?
Yes.
What was crazy is both of the lead actors, didn't they have the same first name?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
There was two Darrens, right?
Yeah.
Easter Island say they were like 33 feet tall. Okay. Oh, like Ilhan Omar, they misplaced the decimal. Oh, okay. So what, 50 feet tall then? Not 500? This is so disgusting. It's not supposed to be disgusting. We're just trying to laugh. That's all. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. I wasn't trying to make anyone disgusted. I was just trying to make people laugh. So it says Amazarak taught all the sorcerers and dividers of roots. Armors taught the solution of sorcery. Barak Yal taught the observers of the stars, and Arak Beal taught signs. Tamiel taught astronomy, and Azrael taught the motion of the moon. Well, that's weird. So armorers taught the solution of sorcery. So it's like armorers We taught you how to. It's a cult.
Most of that stuff sounds like a good thing to teach people.
This might be a cult. I mean,
Yeah, could be.
let's say Planet E is made up of dead giants from the Battle of the Universe. That's where all the minerals came from. Dead mineralized bodies. Wow. Men cried out, being destroyed, and their voices reached to heaven, and then that would be when God did the flood, right, to get rid of them. So there's two theories. The Nephilim are descendants of fallen angels and mortal human mothers. In other words, a hybrid race. The Nephilim are fully human. There's two theories. Oh.
Well,
That's
you
what
just
I
have
said.
to watch. You just have to watch the Prophecy series, Prophecy 2, Prophecy 3. Those movies, they'll tell you.
They have all the answers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Christopher Walken in all three.
Oh, well, I'm not going to miss those.
So so this says if you put stock in the book of Enoch, you probably have to accept that Nephilim are hybrid as children of mortal women and fallen angels. Well, weren't the fallen angels were they able to change sizes or something? Because weren't they bigger too?
No, I don't think they were. I think that the fallen angels were just like normal, but because they were so powerful, they produced giants and monsters and all of that, in the women that they stooped.
Okay, I don't know. For some reason, I thought they were bigger, like size wise. Like how else would they have? How else would they have giant babies? And how did I'm getting like, how did this work? I mean, because isn't there a, what the hell is it called? Isn't there like a place like in an island of Crete or something where there's a story about there was a giant woman who had all these babies? Like there was one giant, and it was a woman, and she would have all these giant babies or something like that. What the fuck? No, damn it. It's like, I think that's a Greek myth or something like that, or about this giant. Huh. So why is there controversy? Yeah, why would this be controversial?
Yeah, like why would this be controversial? Fallen angels having sex with human women, creating 450-foot tall kids. That might be a problem, Mark.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, because well, angels are traditionally seen as sexless beings, so in theory they should be incapable of procreation. I mean, well, that documentary called Dogma, they didn't have any genitalia.
Documentary.
That one of the funniest.
That was a documentary. Yes, it was.
But angels are sexless beings. They die as male or female.
Well, supposedly all angels are male, but they're hermaphrodites. That's where it goes. There are no female angels, which is why they come down to Earth. They transform into males that are productive, and they can screw women, and they can have children. So
Rocky says that Typhon and Echidna were supposedly the parents of many monsters. Carpathos. That sounds familiar, actually, Chris. I think that might be the one I was looking for. I don't know. There's so many of these stories. I've read so much stuff. It's hard to keep track. So perhaps fallen angels are different. Maybe their sins reflected not just a change in their actions, but also a shift in their nature. This is just supposition. Oh, okay. I thought you were some facts for me. Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad they qualified that it's supposition, because I thought this was like
Goliath and his brothers were
Jim has not, denounced this in a while. This is not factual, people. We are just having fun. Even I don't want this on my channel as facts, Mark. And I'll put it.
And Dave will have even me on his channel. So there you go.
There you go.
Okay. So the other possibilities that Nephilim were fully human, giant humans, may sound strange, but read the section just after this one on Goliath, and you will see there's already scientific precedent. Well, I mean, how big was? I mean, like there's a guy who they said was a giant. I can't think of his name. It was a something Francisco. I think his name was Albert Francisco or Alfred Francisco or something like that during the Revolutionary War, because he was 6'5", and they thought he was a giant because 6'5" in the 1700s was obscenely large. Like people thought George Washington was huge, and he was just 6 foot tall.
Yeah, It's
Yeah, and there was another Guinness Book of World Records guy that I saw in like the 1970 version of that, which was like 7'1", and he was, oh my god, no one will ever be that big again. Look at a basketball team today, people. So
Washington was 6'4". Are you sure?
yeah, he was a tall guy.
Well, because then this other guy must have. I know that the guy I'm thinking of, he was like he fought for Virginia, and then he became some kind of he was like the first special force, like a rifleman or something, special forces guy. That George Washington had him like a custom made super long sword, and he cut like, and he also got in a bar fight with like 7 dudes that beat him up, and like what the hell's this guy's name? Should I look it up?
Larry Bird.
No. It's something like Alfred Francisco. He washed up. He was a baby. He washed up on the like someone brought him in. He was like a 5 years old or 10 years old or something. He spoke Portuguese. He didn't speak English. He was raised by this rich judge, like South Carolina or something like that.
So the world's tallest man, according to Guinness Book of World Record, is a guy from Illinois. From 1940, he was 8'11".
Good God.
He was born in 1918. At 5 years old, he was 5'4". And at age 5, he was 5'4" at age 5, and at 8 foot at 17 years old.
Peter Francisco was the guy's name.
17 years old, he was 8 foot tall, Mark. Imagine being that fucking tall. Oh my God.
That is
awful. His name was Robert Wadlow. He only lived 22 years, man.
Well, yeah, you don't stretch out that far, and live.
Yep. He remains the world for 70 years. He's had that record, dude. And right now, the world's tallest living man lives in Turkey, and he's a measly 8'2".
How tall does it say this guy was? This is the guy.
6'6" in the right side.
6'6". Okay, that's right. Because he was 6'6", but he was freakishly big. He weighed like 265 pounds, and when George Washington, I think, weighed 190 or something like that, or 180. They called him the Virginia Hercules or the Virginia Giant.
It says Washington was 6'2".
Okay.
So that's big. That's big in the 1700s, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, this guy was 6'6", so he was 4 inches taller than Washington. So anyway, I don't know. I just kind of sidetracked me. But anyway, I was just saying, like, when we were talking about Goliath, like Goliath might have just been like 6'7", 6'8", or something, and they called him a giant because at the time maybe people were really short. I don't know.
Well, and imagine what David's size was, because they were probably like 5'4" or something back then because of nutrition and all of that.
Right. I mean, yeah. Terry Ford says, "I eat my veggies. I'm 5'2".
Imagine if you didn't eat your veggies.
4'8".
4'8".
More candy, less veggies. It's crazy. I mean, Jim, could you imagine being 8'11"?
No.
I couldn't even imagine being 7 feet, Dave. And you're a tall guy. 7 feet is like a head and more taller than you.
Yeah. It's crazy. David was a dinklage, says Chris.
Yeah, what if David was actually just like Cynic?
Oh, all right, bro.
Shots fired.
No, I'm just saying, just like a short guy,
I have no idea how tall Cynic is, but he's not as tall as that picture. That
I've just heard that he's short. That's all I know.
I've heard that Ruby's short. Ruby King.
Pat Hacker says 5'3¼ is here. I stopped growing at 14. Well, but then, I mean, most women are actually, just generally speaking, on the curve, women are generally shorter than men. I mean, they were surprisingly, there was everyone has started getting taller since the past, for whatever reason. I don't know, the past 100 years, people have started getting taller. It's more common. It could just be breeding. It could be just better nutrition and stuff. People are eating better. They're not like, with
eating 3 times a day instead of once. right? Like
The giant
Yeah.
woman of the Isle of Malta, Jim. She liked to play with giant stones. Okay. All right, Choosy. Thank you. Look at this. Jijan Wong says, Death by Schnoo. Schnoo.
Giants might help explain the hypogeum of the Isle of Malta.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a Man Called Plush says, I can't imagine being 5'5".
My wife
Thank
is
you.
5'3".
Oh God, Dave, you have that height difference thing.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
Pasteurized milk makes bones stronger. You think that's see? I thought it was the opposite. I thought that stuff I've been reading says that pasteurized, and this is not medical advice. All right, I thought that they were saying pasteurized milk actually kills a bunch of nutrients in it. That's bad. That you should drink the raw milk. But then I saw that crazy blue-haired lady in Congress screaming about raw milk. Don't you drink the raw milk? It makes me go, well, you got blue hair and you're weird. Maybe I should try raw milk.
I've heard raw milk is the better milk.
Japanese are growing taller now due to eating meat more. Is that unpasteurized is better for you? That's what I thought. Russians are short. You drank raw milk? Okay. So, if the Nephilim were human, most scholars believe they may have represented the descendants of Seth. More specifically, they could have been children of the sons of Seth and the daughters of Cain. So, do they have the mark of Cain?
That was a good game.
What was a good game?
Mark of Cain.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm lost. You talking about like a video game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I know you play video games. Don't act like you don't know.
I don't know. And the children of Seth were previously considered righteous, but they lost that status and fell when they rebelled against God. Daughters of Cain were never considered righteous. Well, yeah, because then they say that the people, the descendants of Cain, were forever to walk the earth with the mark of Cain upon them, so that people would know of their sins.
Cain killed Abel. Let's go. Like,
I wonder what the mark of Cain is.
I don't know.
I wonder if there's
I never heard what that could possibly be. And
Maybe another
don't Google it. Don't Google it, people.
Don't goggle it. So
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, was Goliath a Nephilim? So they're showing Goliath, and if you look at it, man, looks like, according to this like total 100% accurate picture here.
That's a photo, Jim. That is actually a live photo from that time. I do like the depiction. If you imagine they're all like 5'5", so he's like.
Well, I think maybe because that thing on his head, they made it think he was taller.
That could be it.
It's like women with high heel shoes. They wear it so you think they're taller. This guy put this thing on his head so you think he's taller.
So, Mark, the mark of Cain is a divine mark or sign placed by God upon Cain to protect him from being killed after he murdered his brother Abel. Rather than a curse, the mark functioned as a promise of divine vengeance against anyone who harmed him, serving as a sign of divine mercy.
That is very interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was a sign of protection to ensure Cain would not be murdered during his banishment, acting as a warning to others. Okay.
Nice.
Huh. So most obvious reference to giants in the Bible if you went to Sunday school, was Goliath. Was Goliath an Nephilim? Probably not, considering that the story of David and Goliath is supposed to take place after the Great Flood, and the flood was supposedly wiped out everyone but Noah and his family. All the Nephilim should have perished.
He was just a tall dude who played basketball. Come on.
He was on the rugby team. He was the big guy in the rugby team. Yeah. Come on.
So, it says there's a couple of alternate explanations. Maybe some Nephilim did survive somehow and made a return, and Goliath was one of them, or maybe Goliath was just a really tall human. Bones of a human being larger than a Goliath have been discovered. Well, yeah.
Well, nobody's ever told us how freaking tall Goliath is.
Yeah.
That's a problem. I mean, Jim could be taller than Goliath.
Maybe.
You never know.
I could be Goliath. Just saying.
Just saying. But they wiped your memory, so you forgot. Because we're living in a reincarnation planet. Everybody gets reincarnated.
Durham says that the Bible stated that some of the Nephilim survived the flood. Was that the redhead one, the red-haired giants that survived the flood, and that's the ones that the Noah took 2 of every flesh, including giant flesh, along with him and his family, as God instructed him to. Really? There was descendants were all the Baal worshippers, so they were Baal washers in the Holy Land. Maybe he wore heels. It's possible he wore heels.
Big, yep.
Oh, we're going to the Anunnaki.
Yeah. So who were the Anunnaki? Just to clarify, I'm guessing if you're reading this, you already know a lot about the Anunnaki.
Good. Nobody else would be reading this.
Does anybody really know a lot about the Anunnaki?
Other than Jim?
Bill Carson. He does.
Well, look at that. Now, what do you think he's got in his hand there?
It's a pine cone.
Like a pine cone.
Cone.
What's he going to do with that pine cone?
He's going to probe.
I don't even.
He's probing it. That's exactly what he's doing with it. This is the first evidence of an alien probing a human.
Exactly.
Marduk.
Marduk.
If this happens to be one of your first readings of the Anunnaki, then you should know that they represent the deities of ancient Mesopotamia, Marduk and Lil, etc. And they were the gods worshipped by the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and the Akkadians. Yes. Behold, corn. Yes. It comes out the same way it goes in.
Very true.
Down.
Exactly. You know, wouldn't that be fucked up if that's it? This is magic. Watch, eat this. It will come out exactly the same. Oh my God, it's magic.
Magic.
You know, you could actually do that in olden times.
You can recycle and eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take it out and eat it again. Don't worry. Oh. So it says many people today believe the Anunnaki may have actually been reptilian alien visitors who came to Earth. Many people? What is many people? So the view was popularized by Zechariah Sitchin, as well as David Icke. When I talk about Anunnaki in this article, I'm referring primarily to their original role as Sumerian deities. If you're a believer in the reptilian theory, you can extend the connections here to encompass the modern mythology of ancient astronauts. The Great Flood connection. Why is there an angel on the ark? That's a big angel on the ark. The ark was huge. So let's get back to talking about the Nephilim. We already started to figure out. If you read up in the Anunnaki, you'll find that the flood story is woven into their mythos in a couple of different respects. The Great Flood plays a prominent role in Sumerian mythology. You also know about the planet Nibiru. Those who believe that the Anunnaki are reptilians from space believe that Nibiru is their home world of the Sumerian gods. Right? Nibiru is in the theory part of our solar system. Is in theory in part of our solar system, but it has a very long orbit and rarely comes close to Earth. Now, what makes this fascinating, which, and I don't know, is they've actually now, all right, today, like not just today, but I'm saying in recent times, they believe there is a planet that has this weird orbit around the sun. Like scientists are saying that there's this planet that has like a, right? Am I making that up? I can swear it.
I don't know.
I swear I read it somewhere that they're actually saying like that explains like certain things that happen. Maybe. So, and it has a very long orbit and rarely comes close to Earth. The last time it did, the gravitational effects of its presence caused the Great Flood. In Judeo-Christian lore, I don't like the way they say that. Lore, like it's the same as this.
Right.
The story about the Nephilim takes place right before the Great Flood. The Book of Jubilees actually states that God flooded the earth specifically to get rid of the Nephilim. Yes. Planet X. So for owing these things came to flood upon the earth, namely owing to the fornication wherein the watchers against the law and ordinance went a whoring after the daughters of men and took themselves wives of all which they chose, and they made the beginning of uncleanness. That sounds dirty. Uncleanness. And clear that the,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to read some more.
Yeah, I mean, why are they unclean? What makes them unclean?
I think they're saying that because they had sex, it made them unclean.
Oh,
Maybe this is where that social stigma comes from of people who are like, like sex, don't talk about it. It's secret. Nibiru was supposed to have a wide oblique orbit and make up for the missing planet 9 we haven't been able to detect. Yeah, well, that's what I thought they were saying, that would make a lot of, like, if there was this other planet out there. Yeah, like the dirty deed. Yeah. So we can look to Sumerian lore for even more insight. According to scholar J.C. Greenfield, it's possible that the Nephilim story in the Bible is actually derived from Sumerian mythology. Judeo-Christian mythology borrows liberally from pagan myth, so it would not be a surprise. Yes, never trust the butt probers. Yes. Always be wary of anyone who wants to stick something in Djibouti. So he points to the story of Apkala. Apkala were 7 demigods created by Enki, one of the chief Sumerian gods. You may also hear Enki referred to as Ea, which is the name he was later given in the Babylonian and Akkadian mythology. Uana, who finished the plans for heaven and earth. Unaduga, who was endowed with the comprehensive intelligence. And Emaduga, who's allotted of good fate. And Emagagalama, what the fuck? Who's born in a house? Wait, so someone just being born in a house made him a god? A demigod? Emi Beluga grew up in pasture land.
okay.
And Analinda, the conjurer of the city Eridu, and Udabazu, who ascended to heaven. These beings were sent by Enki to teach human beings the arts of civilization, agriculture, writing, building, and so on. You may recall this is a direct parallel to the book of Enoch, where the fallen angel taught humanity about astronomy, astrology, and so forth.
Those are two totally different things.
Yeah, so just as things turned sour in the book of Enoch, they went badly in Sumerian lore as well. Interestingly enough, this is where the timeline starts to get murky. So now this is where the timeline gets murky.
Yeah, only now, people. It was totally clear before.
Yeah, so in biblical lore, the Nephilim angered God before the flood, which was one of the reasons the Great Flood happened in the first place. And the lore events took place in different order, but it's easy to imagine that the players were all the same. And at some point after the flood, 4 Apaluka human hybrids made an entrance: Nagalakapiram, Piralakalungo, Pirasakalubas, and Lyona. And they indicated that Apakula and the humans were capable of interbreeding, and a parallel to the idea that the fallen angels and humans were capable of interbreeding. That's very interesting. So it says many scholars believe that the Nephilim myth was directly derived from the story of Apkallu, and could be that the Nephilim represents the Apkallu themselves, and more likely the hybrid descendants. Do not forget, in biblical lore, the Nephilim are the children of fallen angels, not fallen angels.
That's what Mark was saying, right?
I'm just saying,
Yeah. I can't believe a lot of scholars spend a lot of time thinking about this, though.
But I do like how they say things like a lot of and many and all that. They don't name any numbers,
Was it Numbers also a book in the Bible?
The worst book in the Bible.
So now it says we have stepped closer to look at all the details. There's 3 versions of the story, and we need to we need to look at it and decide, how's it all going to work.
Is it going to work?
I know. So you splice information together from Genesis, Numbers, and the Book of Enoch, and Jubilees, and you get the basic story. The Nephilim were either entirely human giants, or they were a race of hybrids spawned by human women and fallen angels. So it's just one or the other. You got 2 choices here.
Could be both. You never know.
Okay, so they're saying that there could possibly be 2 definitions for the same race. They were either giants or they were hybrids. Okay.
Well, they're saying they're either giant humans or they were hybrid human with fallen angels and were giants.
Right. So they're giving you 2 things of what they could be. All right.
Okay. And then there's a Sumerian story which says Anunnaki, Enki created 7 demigods, and Apkolu, and the human beings were capable of interbreeding. And after the Great Flood, the hybrids appeared to invoke the wrath of gods. And then there's the reptilian story. They believe the Anunnaki were real, literal beings, and moreover, they come from space. Their home world is an undiscovered planet called Nibiru, in a long orbit around the Earth. And when they came to Earth, they brought many of the arts of civilization, like a fallen angel, Christian lore, and they use human beings for their own purposes.
Well, I think they should be somebody called Xenu, and they should go into volcanoes and then come out of the volcanoes. And
Well, how did they get into volcanoes? Was it 707s?
I think they fell in. They weren't too bright. They came to Earth and said, "Oh, what's that pretty thing?" I
thought you were going like, I think that's not the Scientologists. They believe everybody's on these planes. And they crashed them into volcanoes.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it.
So, well, everybody, we went for 2.5 hours. All
Did
right?
we?
Yes, we did.
Feels like an hour.
10. It's almost 10 o'clock. So
I have a whole other show to go on, don't you?
Got a whole other show to go on here in a few minutes.
Did you get your message? Is he doing it?
Yeah. So I want to tell everybody, thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments if you like this, if you want this to continue. Because these are, if these do continue, I hope they'll get better, that I'll actually do a little more research, come up with a better topic than what we had tonight.
But this was fun, though, people.
I know.
This is fun. Vote for fun, people.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me know. Once again, I want to thank everybody here. If you want to tell you guys, Dave, tell them where to find you. Mark, tell them where to find you.
You can find me on BTM Reviews on Friday and Saturday nights mostly now. We're just doing music and movies and stuff. And on my other channel, it's BTM Reviews Bourbon channel. We live stream on Mondays. And then me and the boys also make videos talking about bourbon, doing bourbon lore and history and stuff like that as well. So,
and if you want to see me, I'm wherever Dave is, because that's pretty much the only place I go.
All right, everybody. And I'm Jim. You can find me everywhere. Jim Tells You, or on X, Jim Satala. And I'll see you guys all in a little bit.
See what Sunshine says? Please, this is far better than The Night with Joe.
Well, that's where I'm going when I leave here. So anyway.
This is fun, dude. It's more relaxed. It's great.
Come, if you don't see me later tonight, come back tomorrow for Jim to tell you the news.